Affiliated to this paper, I need freedom from my family line. Draw my life design up like fine art. I'm jumping out just to unfamiliar coordinates. Hopped off the porch like I could touch the sky. Red is not one trillion. The ism talk the water out your faucet. Look at me flossing, I'm so wavy I could change the tide. My intuition sense the hatred in your ways. You imitated, forging lines, claim meaning means that's just to justify. Yeah, right. West side boy, maritime. Creole baby, my bloodline. My lungs clouded, my thoughts crowded. Say all I see is these dollar signs. Finna make a play and that sound delay. On mamas, I testify. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Game recognized game. I'm from the Bay, okay, I'm versatile and my slang was different. I'm lane switching with the same people that I came up in this thing with. My head swivel, I'm homebound. Got a target back on my backside. The cat peeling with the cast iron. Better run for it, run before I catch you. Pick it out, ball it, block it. Trying to stop my blessing. Gamble with your life. Don't bet it, don't bet it. They can't stop my blessing. You do best not to test it. Yeah, you right. Real all in my blood supply. Get ball up top, finna make a play. I cast a lob like I'm Jalen, baby. No co-sign and no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. I said twice and I meant it right. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. You know co-sign and no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody who's in the building early. It's good to see each and every one of you. If you guys can hear me okay and things look and sound good on the screen, please give me a thumbs up or radiation emoji in the chat. If you cannot hear me or things are looking bad, please give me a thumbs down or an angry face, all right? While you guys are doing that, I'm going to shout out everybody who's in the building early, all right? Shout out to Carlton. Shout out to DJ Elmo. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to Teriyaki. Shout out to Emperor Rex. Shout out to my man Detroit 313. What's good with it? And looks like we got somebody that got off on the wrong freeway exit in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Looks like we got somebody that, the navigation system took them the wrong direction and it didn't reroute properly. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It is what it is, right? So, man, we got to talk about the broke mob. We got to talk about the dems. We got to talk about the COUCHSERVATIVES. We got to talk about crypto is a scam. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got to run this down the line, right? Yeah, shout out to Carlton. He took a wrong turn. He was trying to get into Hoboken and accidentally got off on the Newark exit. He was trying to get to Hoboken and got off on the Newark exit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, that's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, that's funny, man. So we got to talk about this, man. We got to talk about the broke mob. We got to talk about the COUCHSERVATIVES. We got to talk about, quote unquote, crypto is a scam. Now, listen, man, it's a lot of people on YouTube and they claim to be independent. But in one instance, they sound like conservatives. In the other instance, they sound like Democrats, but they don't move like conservatives, though. They move like Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Now, shout out to Chrome Dome, right? Ayanna Presley. We talked about her yesterday on the other channel. We're going to talk about her again today. All right. We're going to also talk about your girl, Elizabeth Warren, because it's interesting. Elizabeth Warren has actually switched positions. She's flip-flopped on crypto, right? She's trying to do the Eric Adams thing. She's trying to roll with Trump. But Ayanna Presley, she wants to make sure that the people who rock with her, you know what I'm saying, stay broke. It's the same way the YouTubers want y'all to stay broke. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about some of these advancements being made with crypto, because as people just continue to repeat that crypto is a scam and they don't acknowledge how ultimately incorrect they were about the 2024 election, the world continues to move on. You know what I'm saying? The world continues to move on. Now, look at your girl, Elizabeth Warren, right here. Elizabeth Warren flips on crypto and vows to end debanking. All right. Senator Warren collaborates with Trump to investigate banks' role in crypto debanking processes. Now, I find it fascinating that the Democrats were doing a lot of this debanking. The Democrat adjacent people then continue to repeat the talking point, cryptocurrency is a scam. And now, with the new SEC and the Trump administration and things starting to look up for crypto, certain people are trying to get on the bandwagon and say, hey, look, see, I was a hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was actually with crypto. I wanted crypto to succeed. No, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? No, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? These COUCHSERVATIVES and YouTube intellectuals are not independent. They're Democrats. Let me ask you guys this question. Is it safe to say being anti-crypto is a Democrat talking point? Can we say that? Is that safe to say now? Shout out to my man Alonzo. What's good with it, bro? If we can say that, give me a thumbs up. If we can't say that, give me a thumbs down. So, for the most part, people come in talking that crazy stuff. We ain't with Bitcoin and all that. Yo, you a Democrat for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You a Democrat. And you talking them Democrat talking points. You know what I'm saying? You're not independent. Let's not, we're not going to play that game. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to play that game. Elizabeth Warren is collaborating with Donald Trump to access crypto debanking issues. FDIC documents revealed crypto-related banking restrictions that predate the Trump administration. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Why were they doing this? U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren has shifted her stance on crypto regulation. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why is she doing that? During the hearings earlier today, she pledged to work with former President Donald Trump, current President Donald Trump, to tackle the issue of debanking in the crypto industry. So she's a hero now. She's a hero now. Now, shout out to this person that tweeted this, Sam Lyman. So here's what Warren said. So debanking is a real problem, and we need to work across the aisle to solve it. This is like an arson bemoaning the sudden uptick in house fires. Don't be fooled. It was Elizabeth Warren and her acolytes in the Biden administration who orchestrated the debanking scandal. Now, again, right? So also, who voted for these people? Right? We got to keep reiterating that. We can never let it go. We can never let it go. Who voted for these people?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So debanking is a real problem, and we need to work across the aisle to solve it.
Oh.
I've got a stack of stories sent in by consumers and organizations that were debanked. I'd like to submit them for the record. Okay. Thank you, Mr.
I mean, too little, too late, right? The damage has already been done. Too little, too late. You know what I'm saying? Warren, previously known for her skepticism towards digital assets, is now focusing on investigations into banks that have denied services or closed accounts of crypto-related businesses and individuals. Now, I want you guys to pay very close attention, right? And again, we got to go here, right? We got to go here. Shout out to Carlton. Hit the button. We got to run it down the line, right? Now, let me ask you guys this question. When it comes to this debanking situation, does this debanking situation sound like the government trying to stop a flourishing business? Right? Now, we always hear that popular talking point, right? Well, if we do it, they're going to burn it down. If we do it, they're going to stop it, right? Let me ask you guys this question. Did XRP go through? If we do it, they're going to burn it down. If we do it, they're going to try to stop it. Did XRP go through that? If XRP went through that, give me a thumbs up. If Ripple went through that, give me a thumbs down. You know what? Maybe that's why the COUCHSERVATIVE community, maybe that's why the Democrat adjacents, maybe that's why the YouTube pseudo-intellectuals don't want anybody looking at cryptocurrency, because a lot of what went on in the cryptocurrency community debunks a lot of the stupid talking points that they use on YouTube. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I don't pay attention to what happened to XRP. I mean, they tried to burn XRP down. You know what I'm saying? They falsely kept XRP's price at about, 25 cents for 10 years with all the SEC attacks and government attacks on XRP. But XRP played the long game. You know what I'm saying? They persevered. They fought it. And finally, things are starting to look up for them. But they didn't just give up. They didn't just say, well, the government going to burn it down. You know what I'm saying? It's not what happened. Shout out to my man, DJ Elmo. DJ Elmo said, Elizabeth Warren, isn't she the one that claimed she has a large percentage of Native American genes over her SLC24A5 gene? She is a grifter. Facts. That is absolutely her. That is absolutely her. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely her. So they want you to not pay attention to cryptocurrency because they don't want you to get uplifted by these success stories. You know what I'm saying? They want you to stay in a state of dependency. You know what I'm saying? They want people to continue to shed DEI tears. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to be able to move on your own, think on your own, have your own assets or anything. They want you to be a remote control drone and just listen to what they say as if what they say is law. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says this practice known as debanking has been a significant concern for the crypto industry. This is one of the reasons why the majority of crypto people voted for Trump. Now, you know, if you sit there and listen to the people on YouTube, they'll say, well, the people in cryptocurrency voted for Trump because of white supremacy. Shout out to AW1. What's good with it, bro? Right? There's a lot of white supremacy involved with cryptocurrency. That's what they'll say, right? Now, you know, whatever, right? It'd probably be some wild stuff going on 4chan and all that, Discord and Reddit and all that, right? But the reason why they voted for Trump was because the current administration was anti-cryptocurrency the same way they are. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Shout out to AW1. AW1 said DEI didn't even help us. Now, if you ask me, right, it wasn't supposed to, right? And also, if you ask me, I'm not one that's under the belief that there was a dedication or a need to quote unquote do a help for us. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't believe that. So when people now say, well, you know, this stuff didn't help us, here's my question. Historically, when have we historically been helped? Right? When have we historically been helped? We haven't. So the expectation that somebody wrote something down on a piece of paper or defined something and said, here, this is going to help you. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. Shout out to Sack Nasty. What's good with it? It's nasty time. Shout out to Psych Nasty 86. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the development comes amid revelations from newly disclosed Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation documents that indicate crypto-related restrictions were implemented during the previous administration. All right, now let's ask this question. Why were these restrictions implemented? Yeah, I agree. Shout out to Sack Nasty. Sack Nasty said feel good words so they can funnel money to what they want. Fact. And that's one of the reasons why they have a problem with Doge. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that. We might actually end up having to talk about that on the other channel. But we're gonna definitely talk about the Doge derangement syndrome that's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the senator's involvement follows the shutdown of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau under the Trump administration. Now, people are outraged about this. How many people have heard about this? The senator's involvement follows the shutdown of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau under the Trump administration. The CFPB has been shut down. If you guys heard about that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about that, then give me a thumbs down. The CFPB, a federal agency established to protect consumers in the financial sector, had played a key role in overseeing bank practices and consumer protection measures. All right. The bipartisan approach to addressing crypto debanking marks a notable departure from Warren's previous position on digital assets, suggesting a potential shift in the regulatory landscape for crypto firms seeking banking services. All right. Now, you know, listen, check this out, right? I'm going to go as far as to say the Bitcoin maximists they're no different than the anti-wealth mob, the broke mob, the pro-community dems, and the COUCHSERVATIVES. Bitcoin maximists go in that same category. You know what I'm saying? We're going to deal with Bitcoin maximists in a little bit. And again, this is no shot at Bitcoin. It's no disrespect to Bitcoin because y'all know I rock with Bitcoin. But Bitcoin maximism is a false religion. You know what I'm saying? It's a false religion. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said a lot of people were outraged even when they don't agree with the IRS being shut down for auditing taxpayer Americans. Right. And again, what this is just the immaturity, bro. This is the immaturity. You're going to see a lot of this on YouTube. It's the immaturity. There's so many undercover Trump supporters, right? So many undercover Trump supporters. They're scared of social banishment. They're scared of social shunning. You know what I'm saying? They're scared of the social consequences of coming out and publicly saying, I support Trump. And my thing is, if you support Trump, just support Trump. Just support him. The quote unquote, we are unique people are so scared to actually be unique. The hypocrisy is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. I appreciate you, Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Brooklyn Queen for funding the organization. Brooklyn Queen said, funding the organization and the liquidity pool. Facts. Take that watch off. It's fake. It's fake. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Definitely appreciate you. In fact, I gotta agree with my man Psych Nasty. Psych Nasty said any maximism is ridiculous. Buy everything to own everything. Right. I gotta agree. You gotta have like moderation, and things have got to be like somewhat reasonable. It's got to be reasonable. You know what I'm saying? The Bitcoin maximists, what they do, and you guys can agree or disagree, right? The Bitcoin maximists take every other cryptocurrency and apply Bitcoin's use case to it. And then when they don't fit Bitcoin's use case, they call all the other cryptocurrencies a scam because they don't fall under Bitcoin's use case. Most of I don't think that there's any other cryptocurrency that has ever established itself to be a quote unquote store of value. I don't think that there is one. There's not one cryptocurrency that has a use case that competes with Bitcoin's use case. But you have these Bitcoin maximists sit there and say, "Oh, well, Solana's a scam. XRP is a scam." Like you sound just like the rest of the idiots. You know what I'm saying? These other cryptocurrencies don't even have the same use case. The white papers don't match up. They're not on paper competitors. None of that. Like the Bitcoin maximists, these people, what they say is the equivalent to saying all other stocks are scams and only Nvidia is a legitimate stock. That's insane. That's literal insanity. It makes absolutely no sense. But this is what these people do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, I know people who are educated and voted for Trump, but they can't tell their families and friends. And that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Now, let's check this out. Who's the bigger problem? The person that voted for Trump or the family that won't allow diversity of thought? And again, this family is upholding a monolith. You know what I'm saying? This family is upholding a monolith. These are the very people that sit there and say, we're not a monolith. We're very diverse. And then when everybody doesn't think the same, it's a complete outrage. It's a complete outrage. It's either one or the other. Either people will take their role as pieces and parts of the monolith, or you will allow diversity and autonomy of thought. How many times have you seen these people like Angela Rye and all these people, they get on the Breakfast Club and black people not a monolith. And then in the next episode, in the next clip that comes up on YouTube, it's the other Chrome Dome, Joy Reid, sitting there saying, and if anybody in your family voted for Trump, you can eat your tofurkey on your own. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kirk. Kirk said, my family is like that. I voted for Cornel West, the black man, and they got mad that I didn't vote for Kamala Harris, the Indian biracial woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, you better vote for that woman. Like, seriously? They're that, like, that's wild, man. You know what I'm saying? That's wild. And this is one of the reasons why I say there can't be unity. There has to be unity amongst common thought. There can't be universal unity. That's the idea of that. It can't work because of the brain conditioning that people have gone through. There's too much slack for non-logic, there's too much slack for anti-accountability, and there's too much allowance for rolling double standards. There's no possible way any type of quote-unquote common unity or any type of standard can ever be upheld in an environment like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kirk. Kirk said the kicker. Those same family members told me to wear a dashiki to the family reunion. Psych, yo, that's wild. Dashiki is wild. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all show Kirk some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Kirk for funding the organization. Definitely appreciate you, bro.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Shout out to DC. DC said, we don't eat turk ducats, bruh. We ain't doing this. Right. Right. We ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? We not doing it. So now look at this. Warren's collaboration does not come without controversy. Senator Warren had criticized the SEC's approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, emphasizing the need for crypto to adhere to anti-money laundering regulations. All right. So here goes Elizabeth Warren, right? This is her tweet. When it comes to the banking industry, I don't usually agree with the CEOs of multi-billion-dollar banks. Yeah, you do. But enforcing anti-money laundering rules against crypto to protect national security is common sense and critical. It's time for Congress to act.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So today, I want to talk about how criminals are using our financial system to move money to finance terrorists, drug traffickers.
So I want you guys to see how Elizabeth Warren is positioning herself, right? Elizabeth Warren is positioning herself the same way the Monolith, right? In the Monolith subdivision, the COUCHSERVATIVES, she's doing the same thing that they do, right? Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is the only kind of money that's used in financial crime. As far as everything else goes, you know, the dollar is innocent and the dollar never did anything wrong ever. You know, you guys know that position, right? Let's see what else she got to say.
And sanctioned countries like Russia and Iran and North Korea. Our witnesses are the CEOs of the largest banks in the United States, and they deal with this issue every single day. Mr. Moynihan, you are the—
So as you guys can see here, this is the old school Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren was in bed with the large bankers in order to debank cryptocurrency providers or particular cryptocurrencies. She is absolutely anti-cryptocurrency, right? And this is one of the reasons why the COUCHSERVATIVES and the dems support her. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So today, I want to talk about how criminals are using our financial system to move money to finance terrorists, drug traffickers, and sanctioned countries like Russia and Iran and North Korea. Our witnesses are the CEOs of the largest banks in the United States, and they deal with this issue every single day. Mr. Moynihan, you are the CEO of Bank of America, so let me ask you, if a terrorist group that wanted to attack the United States tried to move money through Bank of America accounts, do you have systems in place to identify that activity, to report it to law enforcement, and to shut it down?
Yes, we do, Senator.
Okay, Mr. Diamond, you are the CEO of JP Morgan. What about you? If a terrorist group tried to move money through JP Morgan accounts, do you have systems in place to catch it, to report it, and to shut it down?
We have extensive systems in place, but no system is foolproof.
Okay, but you do have systems in place.
Extensive.
Work on this every day. And let me just ask all of you, in the interest of time, just raise your hand if you have those programs in place. Good. I see all the hands up. Look, I believe that none of you want your banks to be used to finance terrorist attacks. But let's be clear, none of you runs these anti-money laundering programs out of the goodness of your hearts. Back in 1970, Congress passed the Bank Secrecy Act to make sure that banks don't run a financial system that is open to terrorists and drug traffickers and rogue nations. But time passed and the crooks got more sophisticated. So after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, Law enforcement discovered the way terrorists had gotten around the Bank Secrecy Act, and Congress was then called on to update the laws to cut off future access. And that's what Congress did. Today's terrorists have a new way to get around the Bank Secrecy Act: cryptocurrency.
So there it is, right? Terrorists have a new way to get around, the Bank Secrecy Act, right? And that's cryptocurrency. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Are there other ways to get around the Bank Secrecy Act? What are the other ways to get around the Bank Secrecy Act? Now, I want to show you guys something, right? And now, usually, we would talk about something like this on the Crimecast channel, right? But we're going to talk about it here for sake of argument, right? We're going to talk about this here for the sake of argument. Let's see. Hold on real quick. Give me 1 second. What's wild about this is, like, sometimes you get these ads and, like, man, sometimes I don't know what goes on with, God damn it, with these ads, but, like, they just, for one, they go all over the place. And then for two, some of them, you can't even get them to go off the screen. Now, check this out, right? Shout out to More Ovaltine, please. More Ovaltine, please, said, can't stand Elizabeth Warren. She F up my portfolio, $12K in the negative because of her fake bank run. I still hold Silvergate, $SICP, 3,031 shares at $4.10. You sound like you got a pretty good portfolio going for yourself. That's what's good. Now look at this. You say get unblock original. I'm gonna have to check into that, Kirk. I never heard of it, but I'm gonna definitely check into it because we got to do something about this. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to do something about this. Now look at this: $1.5 million worth of jewelry nearly stolen from Brooklyn's Macy's. Now, how come nobody's flying off the handle about this? How come nobody's crashing out about this? Now, let me ask you guys this question. Which would be easier for a thief to steal? This $1.5 million worth of jewelry or $1.5 million worth of Bitcoin? I think it would take a little bit more skills than to dress up like this and walk into a place and take some diamonds than it would take for you to be able to break into somebody's cryptocurrency vault. Right? Right. Shout out to More Ovaltine. FDIC insured jewelry. Right. This is where a lot of people like to store their wealth, though. You know what I'm saying? In gold and stuff like that. And the gold chains. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is nothing more than the nonsensical inconsistencies and illogical premises of these people. You know what I'm saying?
Last year, an estimated $20 billion in illicit crypto transactions funded every kind of dangerous criminal. North Korea has funded at least half its missile program, including nuclear weapons, using the proceeds of crypto crime. And Israeli officials have confirmed that Hamas received millions of dollars through crypto transactions, including, quote, large sums from Iran. Mr. Diamond, you've been CEO of JP Morgan for...
So again, right, the idea is to somehow we need to address cryptocurrency, but we don't need to address the perpetrators. Cryptocurrency is not the perpetrator. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild how the Democrat thought process works. They do the same type of logic with the guns. We need to regulate guns because people are misusing them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, shout out to Kirk. If you guys agree with Kirk, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Kirk said, if Pookie can easily steal it, it ain't a real asset. That's facts. And listen, hey, listen, I you know what? I ain't even about to go there. I ain't even about to go there. But you're right. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Almost 2 decades. Can you explain why crypto is such an attractive financial tool for terrorists, drug traffickers, and rogue nations?
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out.
You see that? You see that? Now, listen, let me ask you guys this question. How many monolith clowns do you guys think keep their money at Chase Bank? They listen, the monolith community, they follow what these bankers say. You know what I'm saying? They do exactly what these bankers tell them to do. Facts. Shout out to Kirk. Kirk says it's a sign that you moved out of the rat community. The commodities is different. Just being real, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you, bro. I wouldn't disagree with you. Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said, I never used Chase Bank. I used to back in the day. No longer. No longer. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me ask you guys this question. This whole meeting that Elizabeth Warren is holding, is this not a conflict of interest? If this is a conflict of interest, give me a thumbs up. If it's not, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, you got to be smart to steal cryptocurrency. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. Shout out to DC. DC said, right along with Al Sharpton. Right along with Al Sharpton. Right along with Al Sharpton. Now, Al Sharpton would come out with Sharp Coin, you know what I'm saying, and wouldn't have a problem with it. Wouldn't have a problem with it. The same way Al Sharpton did that $25 airdrop for everybody to go and use that $25 airdrop at Costco's, right? You know what I'm saying? These people are clowns, and clowns should get clowned.
CEO of JP Morgan for almost 2 decades. Can you explain why crypto is such an attractive financial tool for terrorists, drug traffickers, and rogue nations?
I've always been deeply
facts.
opposed to crypto.
I'm not mad at it, bro. And honestly, if to people who do use banks, if you're using, listen, I would say use a credit union, right? Facts to using a credit union. And if you're gonna actually use a bank, listen, that online bank called Chime, if you ask me, they're better than any of these brick and mortar banks. You know what I'm saying? Chime is better than any of these brick and mortar banks. Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said, me too. I used to bank with Chase Bank. They had to shut me down. I chose credit unions. Yeah. Yeah, I would not disagree. Like, I don't know why so many people use these large banks. But I'll tell you, if it's one group of people that you know is going to keep these banks in business, who is it? The lift, right?
Bitcoin, etc. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, and that is a use case.
So I want you guys you hear what this guy is saying is the use case for Bitcoin, right? Now, I want you guys to understand the monolith and the COUCHSERVATIVES literally took this JP Morgan Chase employee talking points without any research, without reading the white paper, and have broadcast these nonsensical talking points to their audiences and have programmed their audiences to stay away from the largest wealth transfer in recent history while claiming that they care so much about the racial wealth gap. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Does Chase Bank still have the same position on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? What's interesting about it is that, you know, Chase and all these other banks, since this was recorded, they've staunchly changed their position. You know what I'm saying? They've staunchly changed their position. But what's interesting is that the monolith leaders and the COUCHSERVATIVE CEOs, they have not. Why not? Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said these large banks will steal many of the wealth, but I choose to pick credit unions because they are more easily to be reliable. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree, bro. And, you know, they have relatable credit unions too, based on where you're from, based on what type of career you had, based on your employer, all that kind of stuff, right? Shout out to More Ovaltine, please. More Ovaltine, please says $167,000 is Elizabeth Warren's salary, but she has $300 million total net worth. It's been reported. How? That's a great question. You know what? Maybe she was an early investor in Bitcoin, like Da Vinci Jeremy. Right? That's a great question, bro. And that's one of the reasons why they have the Doge derangement syndrome, because that kind of stuff is getting exposed left and right. Shout out to Hurricane. What's good with it, bro? That kind of stuff is getting exposed left and right. Now, you know what I find fascinating? We got to run this down the line. And shout out to Carlton, right? Carlton got to hit the button on this. How many black people, how many black incomes has Doge exposed is my question for you guys. You know what I'm saying? How many? How many black politicians, how many black people have had their faces plastered all over something because of a Doge exposure? Is my question for you guys. Let me know. Throw some numbers in the chat. Shout out to More Ovaltine, please. More Ovaltine said none. Shout out to Carlton. Hit the button. Hit the button. Is that a, I mean, what's up with that? I'm just curious what's up with it. And here's my thing, right? You know, anytime, quote unquote, we're not mentioned, right? Everybody always knows about it. Everybody always says something about it. It's always all over YouTube. I haven't noticed, quote unquote, any mentioned in Doge, and I haven't heard any talk about it. That's very interesting, right? And we got to just throw this out there too, right? I heard that a new baby mama surfaced for Elon Musk. How many people heard about that? Some chick said that Elon got her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Now, here go the thing, right? I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to leave this at this. How much money a month in child support do y'all think the richest man in the world is paying? Here go an even better question. Do it matter? If you got unlimited dollars a month, do it matter how much child support you paying? They could raise the child support. I mean, they could charge child support in Bitcoin, right? So now let me ask you guys this question. Shout out to Jada Informant. If you are the richest man in the world, and you got, what, 13 kids allegedly? I mean, what do you say about that? I would assume he could afford them, right? So what? You know what I'm saying? So what? I don't know what to say about that. Let me ask you guys this question. Shouldn't most people have families within the confines of what they can afford? Let me ask you guys this question. If you're the richest person in the world, what's within the confines of what you can afford? Shout out to More Ovaltine, please. More Ovaltine, please said, I don't think Elon type of 304s fitting to get child support like that. Yeah, I think there might be like some type of little weird, different type of arrangement over there. I don't know what goes on like that with that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If y'all haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. Shout out to Kurt. Yeah, Kurt says the lawyers just go to family court and make up numbers at that point. Yeah, and I mean, the thing is that when it comes to that type of situation, when it comes to Elon Musk, a person like Elon Musk, any number of child support, unless that number is his net worth, is affordable, right? Like any number is affordable. Even if you put the dollar amount in Bitcoin, I mean, you know, you'd be like, yeah, you know, you got to pay like 12 Bitcoin a month in child support. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he could afford it. That now, you know, the idea, from my understanding, is you're supposed to have kids if you can afford them, right? So if you're at that financial status where you can afford anything, my question is, where are the critiques drawn at? Right? Where's the critiques coming from? You know what I mean? So, you know, there's that, right? And, you know, we might talk about that later, but I highly doubt it. We might, though. There's some other stuff I wanted to talk about. How many people heard? I think that there was a boycott, more boycotts, right? There was a boycott at a Tesla factory in California. How many people heard about that? I want you guys to understand something. These boycott clowns are boycotting, begging an apartheid descendant to play nice with them. Let me ask you guys this question. What that look like? That really look like power, don't it? That's one way to flex muscle. Shout out to Carlton. Strange flex. Right? Strange flex. What that look like? Begging an apartheid member to treat you nice. That's that begging shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane said, Tesla, weren't we already not buying Teslas like that? Yeah, I don't think that we're buying Teslas all like that. And at the same time, we're also, right, we're also not producing vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that's the issue. The issue is that we're not producing vehicles. But as you see, the idea of empowerment is to beg the apartheid descendant to play nicely with us, play gentle with us. I don't understand how that's a flex of power. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to Hurricane. What a time waster. It's a waste of time. Like they're using a watch to hold up their pants. A waste of time. Right? You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. But that's the flex. You know what I'm saying? Recently, she called for investigations into former President Trump's involvement in meme coins. And I don't know why they keep saying former President Trump. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this article was written. This article was written February 5th of 2025. I don't know why they keep saying former President Trump. He's not the former president. You know what I'm saying? Recently, she called for investigation into quote-unquote former President Trump's involvement in meme coins, specifically $Trump and Melania. These developments have raised ethical concerns regarding potential conflicts of interest. Yeah, hey, listen, as far as that goes, like I said, I ain't got nothing. I got nothing on that. I don't know what Trump was saying was thinking about when he did that. I don't know what Trump was thinking when he did that. I got nothing on that. You know what I'm saying? As both Warren and Trump navigate this complex landscape, industry observers are keenly watching for signs of shifting policies in Washington. The formation of a new crypto task force within the SEC and Trump's appointment of pro-crypto officials suggest that significant changes may be on the horizon. Yesterday, Coinbase urged U.S. bank regulators to clarify crypto banking rules to prevent the debanking of crypto firms, and U.S. regulators were alleged to have coordinated an effort to debank crypto firms, a tactic referred to as Operation Choke Point 2.0. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How come around these parts they don't talk about Operation Choke Point 2.0? Shout out to More Ovaltine, please. More Ovaltine says they saying Musk is the president. Listen, bro, these people will say anything, you know what I'm saying? And their representatives will run with that anything like it's reality, and there's no check, you know what I'm saying? There's no enforcement mechanism on reality orientation. You know what I'm saying? So they get to just run around and say nonsense. You know what I mean? And that's the way that they like it. That's the way that they like it. You know what I'm saying? They like to keep control over their lemmings like that. You know what I'm saying? Anti-crypto Elizabeth Warren. Now, again, I don't be trying to hear this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like these people that are anti-cryptocurrency, they need to stop saying that they're independent. Stop saying that you're not a Democrat. You are a Democrat. Yeah, fact. Shout out to Hurricane, the post-reality era in real time. Facts. Anti-crypto Elizabeth Warren. You know what I'm saying? All these people who are anti-cryptocurrency, stop lying to your subscribers and stop lying to the people that follow you blindly off the cliff that you're driving off of and saying that you're not a Democrat. You're a Democrat. You follow with all the Democrat talking points. You're 100% on all the Democrat initiatives. What it seems like to me is a lot of these people that claim that they're independents, they only have a problem that they're not getting the Democrat money. They only have a problem that they're not getting the Democrat spotlight. But make no mistake, these people are Democrats. They talk like a Democrat, walk like a Democrat, smell like a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? The anti-crypto Elizabeth Warren joins industry in decrying debanking. Warren is urging Trump to challenge unfair account closures by major banks. So in one instance, she was partnered with these major banks, as we saw in that news clip. And now all of a sudden she's turning on them, saying, well, they've been debanking. They've been doing unfair practices. Flip-flopping is something else that these people do all the time. One way to avoid looking like they flip-flop is if you pay very close attention, none of these people will ever take a concrete stance on anything. None of these people will take a concrete stance on anything. They'll sit there and tell you how white supremacy, quote unquote, takes both sides of the argument, and then will take both sides of the argument themselves. It's really bizarre. And no one says anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said exactly. They would say independent, but becoming a left-leaning. Not to urge U.S. taxpayers party like the right-leaning, but they aren't Republicans and conservatives. Bro, facts. And the thing is that it's starting to get more apparent. It's starting to get more visible. And I just hope people see it. You know what I'm saying? I hope people see it. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren. Now, mind you, and that's where they had that trans sanctuary city, right? Long dubbed anti-crypto by industry executives, has gained a common clause with the crypto sector, fighting banks. So again, one of the reasons why they don't want you to look at the cryptocurrency sector is because the cryptocurrency sector debunks that talking point of they only be attacking our businesses. They only be attacking our businesses. And this is what I be telling y'all, man. Pay very close attention to these people that talk this nonsense about this stuff that only happens to us. They don't have any social life. They are never around any other people. Remember, they're so pro-black that they don't ever be around anybody else. So if you're not around anybody else, if you don't interact with anybody else, if you don't engage with anybody else, how do you know what goes on with anybody else? How do you know? How can you say? Shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane says, as usual, the majority will see after it's too late. Yeah, facts. Here's my question. How do you know what goes on with anybody else when you encourage everybody else to not deal with anybody else or not be around anybody else? Like when you encourage the social awkwardness of black people, how then can you turn around and say you know what goes on with all these other people? How do you know? Where's your firsthand evidence coming from? If you're quote unquote upholding the whatever it is you're upholding and not around anybody else, which I don't know how you could possibly do that in the United States, but sure, we'll play, right? Shout out to Carlton Way. Carlton said it's only a matter of time before someone says the design of Bitcoin was based on a black man's brain. Bro, it's still, they're gonna sit there and say that Jazz from the Transformers is the one that created Bitcoin, and he was really Satoshi Nakamura. While literally you can go back and pull the receipts of all these people and their grandparents sitting there saying Bitcoin is a scam, Bitcoin is the mark of the beast. I mean, you name the ridiculousness, and these idiots have said it. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what they're gonna do. Dane Calloway gonna try to help us think. You know what I'm saying? He's just gonna try to help us think, and he gonna get Satoshi Nakamura. You know what I'm saying, with a chia pet afro. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't people tired of this? Who's tired of this nonsense? If you're tired of this nonsense, give me a thumbs up. If you're not tired of this nonsense, give me a thumbs down. They're gonna say that the Bitcoin was created in a pyramid in Kemet. Prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then, as usual, you know what I'm saying, everybody else is gonna just look. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just gonna look, as they should, for saying such ridiculousness. And then, you know, if you don't go with the narrative that Bitcoin was created, you know what I'm saying, by the big head scientist, you know what I'm saying, Satoshi Satoshi Nakamura, right? In Kemet. Well, you know, you racist. And you taking away from our accomplishments and our hidden history. Like, come on, man. The hell out of here with this shit. Shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane said, thinking about that more, I don't regret going outside of my neighborhood for high school and college. Bro, facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like, I'm not talking about, listen, man. This nonsense has got to stop. It's got to stop. You know what I'm saying? What? Shout out to Carlton. What's the big head scientist's name? shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said, I'm surprised there's no pics of Satoshi with a pharaoh hat on. Hotel all the way. I want to know how the stories are going to go about how all the crypto got stolen from the black community. That's the stories that I want to know. I want to know what's going to happen. They came through, you know what I'm saying, and just stole all our crypto. You know what I'm saying? They came through, kicked in the door. You know what I'm saying? And Carlton had his wallet with Crow with knife and nails. Like, nah. That's our crypto. You know what I'm saying? And just took it right out of Carlton's hand. You know what I'm saying? And people go, listen, people are gonna, Yakub Nakamura. You know what I'm saying? He the one that actually created Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say he created Bitcoin and white people. You know what I'm saying? There was a large-headed scientist who had more intelligence than the universe itself, and his name was Yakub. It's recently been discovered that his last name was Nakamura, and he created Bitcoin and created white people. Like, okay, dude. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Elmo. DJ Elmo said, and the Hoteps will say, the Anunnaki and Yakub created the Bitcoin. Yeah, facts. They had to create Bitcoin to preserve the atmosphere of the planet that only comes around 9,000 years on an oblong, on an elliptical orbit. Now, mind you, it's going to be the flat earthers, right? Sitting up there, the flat earthers who don't believe that there's a universe, right, are talking about orbits. You're talking about orbits. You know what I'm saying? The Anunnaki planet of Nibiru, which, you know, the flat earthers won't say what shape the planet of Nibiru is, right? Orbiting around the earth, which is like a disc, you know what I'm saying? A CD, right? A saltine cracker or something like that, every 3,600 years. And they had to mine Bitcoin on the planet Earth to preserve their failing atmosphere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? shout out to Hurricane. Shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane said, "I know this is a serious conversation, but this is funny, bro. This stuff has to be it has to be roasted. It has to be roasted. It should not be allowed anymore." You know what I'm saying? It has to be roasted. You know what I'm saying? No one should this pseudo intellectual, you know what I'm saying, mumbo jumbo must be roasted. You know what I'm saying? And it's people that actually believe it. And they'll make it up. You know what I'm saying? They'll make up new stuff. They'll adjust the fairy tale to fit the excuses. You know what I'm saying? On Tuesday, Warren sent a letter to President Donald Trump exhorting him to examine the banking industry's alleged pattern of debanking legitimate customers, according to the Wall Street Journal. She cited over 8,000 consumer complaints regarding account closures and called for Trump to take action against major banks engaging in the process. All right. Now, we still got more to go. Oh my gosh! Shout out to Hurricane, bro. You ain't never lied. Hurricane said, "At this point, we have had decades of material for plebiscite babble sketches, bro. Some of the most creative cartoons could come from the plebiscite babble. Some of the most creative cartoons could come from the plebiscite babble, bro. And see, that right there is one of the main reasons why there's an anti-academic community effort. That's one of the reasons why there's a pro disinformation, pro chaos, anti-organization effort. You know what I'm saying? To maintain information pollution. This is why. You know what I'm saying? This is why. Now, again, this is one of the reasons, like I keep telling you about Operation Choke Point 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Notice nobody, around these parts, quote unquote, talked about that. And the reason why is if they talked about that, now you have to address the fact that you've sat up there for decades and said, we's the only ones that XYZ happened to. Because then, how do you explain the government attacking these businesses? Are these, dare I say it, are these black-owned businesses? I mean, I ain't trying to be, I wish they were. Yeah, facts. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton says, and the babble helps widen the wealth gap. Facts, because who's going to hire somebody that babbles? How is anybody that babbles going to have any type of intellect to build any type of wealth? You know what I'm saying? Listen, they could actually, if they would decide to make Pixar animation cartoons and movies out of the plebiscite babble, they would have a chance to be able to close the racial wealth gap, right? With, because Disney would buy some of this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Disney would definitely buy a Yakub story and remix it, right? But they actually believe this stuff like it's religion. So no one's they're gonna take it too serious. You know what I'm saying? No one's, what you trying to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you trying to say is this is hilarious. Like this is pure comedy. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay you $30 million for this bullshit. For this bullshit, you know what I'm saying? What for this bullshit? This is my religion. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna work. They'd turn it down and then sit there and say it was blocked out of wealth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, facts. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. Those are flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said, put a pin in that. We could use AI to create the plebiscite Babel Chronicles cartoon. Yo, that would be lit, actually. It would actually be lit, for real, for real. We could have Nibiru circling around a compact disc. You know what I'm saying? Anunnaki sitting up there chopping it up with Anunnaki sitting up there chopping it up with Yakub on the flat earth that somehow has orbits. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. Throw some flags, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Brooklyn Queen for funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Man, I swear y'all got me dying laughing. We got to do it though, man. Like we have to do this. We have to. I mean, you know, we may as well make it fun, right? We have to do this though. We have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane said, Anton, who is so dumb? Right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hurricane. Make sure y'all show Hurricane some love. Anton, what y'all think? What you think about this?
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Hey, we gonna call Anton Dotson our intellectual consultant. Anytime we need to know if something is smart or not, we're gonna play the game. Ask Anton. Yo, Anton, what you think about this?
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb.
Oh man, that's hilarious, man. That is so funny, man. That is so funny. Like, man, that's like back in them days. That's when YouTube was for real lit. You know what I'm saying? That's when YouTube was for real lit. You know what I'm saying? It's so watered down and just not fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's back in the days when YouTube was lit, man. Like the early internet era. Anton Dawson said, well, obviously, man, that shit is hilarious, man. I'm telling you, like, man, that will never not be funny. You know what I'm saying? That will never not be funny, man. That whole, like, the original actual news clip and the remix, the song remix, like the whole thing is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Look, shout out to oh yeah. Wait, hold on. No, this is Anton Dodson, not Anton Yeah, you're right. Shout out to Detroit. Detroit said Anton Daniels is a hardcore ass-kissing conservative. Oh man, he's a hardcore ass-kissing conservative. Hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like the NWA of hardcore conservative ass kissing, man. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's so, like, he's one of them people that he can't even be around conservatives because the premise of all of his arguments is it has to be anything in contrary to anything that anybody black says. So there's times when, you know, conservatives say and have similar political talking points to black people, but people like Anton Daniels and people like Officer Tatum they're not even conservatives, they're contrarian. So contrarian that in being opposite of in having to be opposite of what black people say and do, they'll be in conflict with conservatives on certain issues. Like it's really bizarre. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when they end up getting roasted. Like when Officer Tatum got roasted about Uvalde. You know what I'm saying? He came out with his chest out about Uvalde. You know what I'm saying? And his subscriber base took the whips out. You know what I'm saying? They start sounding like the intro of It Was Written, you know what I'm saying, by Nas. We're gonna have ourselves a hanging tonight. Shout out to my man Detroit, bro. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all show Detroit some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Detroit 313.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Yeah, hide your kids, hide your white man. Listen, shout out to Brooklyn Queen. I swear, I never that and why are you gay? Like, man, that's the golden era of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And see, and again, look, see now Detroit 313 is on to something, right? Detroit 313 is on to something. Because listen, Officer Tatum says crypto is a scam, right? And again, you know, I've said this. Right? Listen, I want y'all to understand, right? as much, listen, you know, you hear this narrative, right? People will say, oh, you know, like, people like to listen to celebrities and people like to listen to nonsense, right? They say that all the time, right? We need to concentrate more on XYZ instead of on what celebrities are doing, right? That's what they say. Now, here's the thing, right? And it'll be some black conservatives that'll say that, right? But their entire content library is nothing more than political TMZ on the conservative side. They don't talk about anything meaningful. All they talk about is celebrity gossip from a conservative perspective, crime exploitation content from a conservative perspective, red pill content from a conservative perspective. They don't give you anything about the news. You can't watch Officer Tatum's channel and find out anything about geopolitics. What's he going to tell you about geopolitics? If you want to know about some type of monetary policy going on with the EU, I'll tell you two people that you can't watch: Greg Foreman, Anton Daniels, right? Another one, a third one, Officer Tatum. And here's another question, right? When it comes to these quote unquote black conservatives, how much influence do they actually have? When the last time you saw Steven Crowder bring on, you know, Greg Foreman? When the last time you saw Rick Rubin bring on Greg Foreman? If anything, right, as much as people don't like Candace Owens is the only person that ever really gets conservative collaborations. They don't care about the other people all like that. They're nothing more than the same as what they complain about. This is why I say it's a pro-black to conservative pipeline, a pro-black to coon pipeline. It actually is a pro-black to coon cycle. They're the same people. You know what I'm saying? They're the same people. The pro-blacks say that crypto is a scam. You know what I'm saying? The black conservatives say that crypto is a scam. They're the same people. They're no different. Pro-blacks love white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? These you know, black conservatives love white supremacists. It's no different. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I don't even understand, you know, how they be having beef. You know what I'm saying? They the same people. You know what I'm saying? Here go a black conservative video for you. Ooh, look what happened on The View yesterday. You can't get any meaningful information out of that. Like, what if I want to know about what Trump's policy is on cryptocurrency? Ooh, here go what Whoopi Goldberg said. Here go what happened to a woke bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all that black conservatives have to offer you. You know what I'm saying? Give me any meaningful information that black conservatives have to offer. Even on the conservative side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know about the itemized reports that Doge is coming with. I'll tell you two places where you can't get that information. You can't get it from Greg Foreman. You can't get it from Officer Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I want to hear about the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Oh, that's right. Pro-community, right? Pro-community, Officer Tatum, cryptocurrency is a scam. Damn, bro. You sound like people I know. You know what I'm saying? But you try to distance yourself from the people that I know, but you sound just like them, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kirk. Kirk said that's that coon shitling circuit. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, it's the same thing. Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said like Myron Gaines on Fresh and Fit. Yeah. The only difference between Myron on Fresh and Fit is if you ask me, you know what I'm saying, as much as I don't like Fresh and Fit, they actually have a little bit more of a influence and reach and ability to, you know, bring people onto their show or to be featured on people's show. But aside from that, like, yeah, where do you see these black conservatives and what do they offer? They don't offer anything. Let me, and I've asked this question forever, and I'm going to keep asking this question. How many Trump votes or how many conservative votes are black conservatives responsible for? the black conservatives, I would say, listen, the only black conservative, you know what I'm saying, that could possibly say they're responsible for, you know, influencing people to vote for Trump, shout out to my man TD, is TD. Aside from TD, there's no other black like no one's flipping red because of Anton Daniels. No one's flipping red because of Officer Tatum, and no one's flipping red because of Greg Foreman. How can you flip red if you're too stupid to talk about conservative policies on your channel? All you do is talk about tabloid shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're too dumb to explain a Bitcoin strategic reserve, if you're too stupid to talk about why, you know, Brad Garlinghouse was down at Mar-a-Lago, how are you flipping anybody? You're not. You're not. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, they're just as immature and anti-reality as where they come from, right? So the first thing that they'll say is, well, I'm not here to flip anybody. Okay, well, you're definitely not there to get more white conservatives, right? Because white conservatives, or they're not going to vote for Trump because of you. I don't know if any black conservatives know this, but let me drop some game on you. There's no white people voting for Trump because Officer Tatum wears a MAGA hat. No one's doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said angry man too, but shout out to him. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I mean, again, with like, I got legit, you know, issues with Kendrick Lamar and certain things that Kendrick Lamar does. People like Angry Man, the only reason why Angry Man has an issue with Kendrick Lamar is because it's not based in research, it's not based in anything. It just has to be because it's opposite of Drake. And because, you know, Kendrick Lamar, he tapped that MK Ultra, he got that cult support, and, you know, Angry Man's whole gig is, you know, he's another contrarian. That it's the contrarian bag. You know what I'm saying? It's not the legit based in any type of information bag. You know what I'm saying? It's the I'll wave the smallest gun with the smallest bullets at the screen bag for him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's the I'll wave my .7 pencil barrel at the screen. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you won't say anything because, you know, I put one of these hollow tips through the screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, you're supposed to be the intelligent one, and everybody else is supposed to be the one that got low impulse control. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, these people on YouTube is clowns, bro. These people on YouTube are clowns. You know what I'm saying? YouTube gang, everybody's a YouTube gangster too. Everybody cooking up with baking soda. Everybody got the Pyrex and the baking soda. You know what I'm saying? They got the Pyrex and the baking soda, and they cooking up their crazy work that they first heard about on YouTube and just repeatedly say. You know what I'm saying? The reason, like, all them saying, and the thing is that they're so predictable, right? All them same dudes that we was just talking about just now, those were all the pro Pearl Davis people. And again, so we talked about race simping the other day, right? And, you know, listen, man, Kendrick Lamar, as far as like the race simping goes with Kendrick Lamar, and, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm a play to your slave spirit and all that, that's not the only kind of race simping, right? Like, that's not the, like, race simping is race simping. You know what I'm saying? Race simping is, you know, if you do something and your actions are based, quote unquote, on race, that don't necessarily go, that's not just necessarily something that applies to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Kendrick Lamar is definitely community race simping, you know what I'm saying, with his Super Bowl stuff, right? And the, you know what I'm saying, they not like us and all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, you know what I'm saying, the black conservative male Catelyn Clark simping, it's the same thing. The only reason why you're simping for Catelyn Clark is because she's a white girl. You don't even watch the WNBA. You don't know nothing about the WNBA. If somebody asked you about who was playing in the NBA, the WNBA the last 2-3 years, you couldn't say. But Jason Whitlock and all them, you know that Catelyn Clark is the white girl. So you got a race simp for the white girl. Like it goes multiple directions. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a unidirectional thing. The Hodge twins, they race simping. You race simping. You still a simp. You know what I'm saying? They like what the black conservative, the black conservatives do the whole queen mother of the earth, you know what I'm saying, the white woman is God thing on the black conservative side. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, hey, listen, man. The thing is, you know, if you support Catelyn Clark as a good basketball player, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But that's not why they're doing that. Again, they're doing it for the contrarian grift. And if they don't think that anybody sees that stuff and calls it out, you know what I'm saying? Like like, yeah, of course we see it, bro. We see what you're doing, man. Collect them super chats. Ain't nobody mad at you, but don't lie and say that that's not what you're doing. You don't even believe half of what you say. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DSB. That's all that is. So they doing the same thing. And again, this is how you know these people are all the same. They're doing the Umar Johnson thing, but on the other side. And it is possible to do the Umar Johnson thing on the other side. There ain't no difference in none of this. You know what I'm saying? Bro, shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane said integrity is the antithesis of YouTube. Bro, listen, if you keep it real, if you deliver a solid product to your subscriber base or to the people that rock with you, your subscriber base will never grow beyond the few people that rock with you. Your content will your content will never grow beyond that. It's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it is on YouTube. Get out of here for real. Shout out to you hear this? Shout out to where Jay the informant at? Jay, you still in here? Jay, I love to hear this. Detroit 313 says, speaking of Umar Johnson, Cash App and PayPal shut his ass down. He gonna say it's because of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? He gonna say it's because of white supremacy. I don't know what happened with Umar and the Cash App and the PayPal, but I know what he's gonna say: white supremacy. Because that's the Thanos. You know what I'm saying? That's the infinity ring right there. That's just boom. That shut anything and everything is shut down once white supremacy is mentioned. Like that's it. Well, what happened to PayPal? What happened to white supremacy? Okay, ain't nothing else to say. I got nothing. He accepted money orders from the post office. Man, what's that dude name that be playing the piano? That Corey Holcomb called a mark in the park. Oh yeah, Lennon Honor. Yeah, I know Lennon Honor about to go in for like 9 hours. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said, and it should have never been this lucrative. Facts. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton says some can do the Umar thing. Bro, they do that. See, shout out to Carlton, man. Carlton be knowing, man. This is what I'm saying. They do the Umar shit on both sides, and no one calls it all out. You know what I'm saying? No one calls it all out. You know what I'm saying? Now, listen, right now, you know, listen, man. I'm not even. Like I said, the Pam Bondi thing is gonna bring the simps out. It's gonna bring, like I'm telling you, the Pam Bondi situation is gonna expose so many simps. So many simps is gonna be exposed. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said, bro, I was watching Umar earlier today, and man, he was crashing out. Now he's accepting money orders. Yeah, he getting them post office money orders. You know what I'm saying? He accept like, yo, that's crazy. That's just like, how else? does he have any other means of making money? Like, does he, like, how else does he make money? You know, I ain't pocket watching and you know, the only people pockets I watch is y'all. I just be trying to see what kind of crypto y'all bought. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be pocket watching y'all. What y'all buy this week? You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's all in, you know, investment spirit, right? You know, I ain't, you know, pocket watching, but like I'm just like what do he like? If you ain't getting donations for the school, what you doing with the donations now? He ain't even putting up like shout out to DSB. He ain't even putting up content to get no super chats with. Like, come on, bro. Like you got to produce something. I guess he is getting super chats if he doing an Instagram live or something like that. So let me take that back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DSB for standing on business for 5 months. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all show DSB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emojis, some ducks in the chat for DSB for standing on business for 5 months. I appreciate you, bro.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
And shout out to shout out to DSB, right? Shout out to DSB, right? Umar wish he could get these, bro. That's hilarious. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all show DSB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for DSB for funding the organization. I appreciate you, bro.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Detroit 313 said he's in Delaware now sweeping the snow at his FDMG Academy. I thought he didn't like the snow. I thought, see, we got to call it. We got to pull his card. Thought he didn't like the snow. He playing all in it. He playing all in it with a broom. You know what I'm saying? Got to call him out, bro. You don't get to go around saying all this wild stuff you be saying about people, and then when something go on with you, everybody supposed to be quiet about it. Nah, homie. Nah, honey. You know what I'm saying? We gotta examine that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta examine that. Detroit said, I thought he's in Ghana. What, gonorrhea? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said it used to be speaking engagements, but the more he's exposed, I don't know. His speaking engagements is turning on Instagram and hitting the live button. I'm engaged in my speaking, family. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, though, here go the thing, right? It's a capitalist world. Clearly, it's a demand for that. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, it's a demand. People want that. They keep putting money in his pocket. I can't, like, you know, these dudes like Lennon Honor and Pocket Watching with JT, you know what I'm saying? They go after people and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just constantly, every single day, just going out. Like, when you going to go after the people that keep putting the money in their pockets? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a two-way thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make 1 million videos about Umar Johnson. I'm going to make 1 million videos about Earn My Leisure. How about, why don't you make a video about the people that keep funding them? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they be, man, don't even get me started, man. They be selective. I remember when Poor Black Man Vegetables and Fruit and Mike TV, shout out to them both, had went on to Pocket Watching with JT, and they was covering for Anton Daniels. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the YouTube is so fake and phony. YouTube is fake and phony. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, if I was Umar, I would create a meme coin. He don't believe in crypto. It's a scam. Look, Hurricane said you got to say it 3 times. Listen, family. Crypto is a scam. Crypto is a scam. Crypto is a scam. You know what I'm saying? Then 2 weeks later, after them eviction notices hit, family, please fund the FDMG Academy by participating in the airdrop of Infantunde coin. Infantunde coin is the only coin that truly empowers the African spirits of my fellow Africans. Infantunde coin. You get a year's supply of free chewing sticks with it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they wilding for that. Shout out to DSB. They would you see their YouTube is wilding for that. DSB said YouTube hating now. I just tried to send you a $50 super chat. They took the money, but it didn't show up in the chat. See, that's wild. Hey, you know what's crazy? Listen, do y'all remember? Like, it was a minute. It was a while there where they had like the in-chat Google moderators. Like, you know, you have your own moderators, right? You know, for your chat that you designate to people with the wrenches. But then Google has like actual moderators in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the Google moderators will moderate like somebody's comment. Now, you know, it's some Google moderators listening, and you know they saw DSB try to send that super chat, and they're not going to fix it. That's wild. See, man, you know what? Hey, take a picture of it, DSB. Take a picture of the like get a screenshot of where it came out of your bank account, and then send it to Google, or send it to Google and send it to YouTube. I would send it to them on Twitter and be like, yo, what's up with this? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said crypto, more crypto. This is my wallet. Do you see the QR code, family? Do you see the QR code? All you have to do is send the money to the QR code on the screen. And it's an African QR code, by the way. You know what I'm saying? This is an Infantunde QR code. Like, come on, bro. People be getting upset when, you know what I'm saying, when you be making fun of Umar too. It ain't no harm in making fun of Umar. Listen, Umar sits up there and talks shit about everybody. He sits up there and talks shit about Shannon Sharp, then says, let me get on Club Shay Shay. He sits up there and talks shit about Kanye West, and then says, help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? And then people want to get, don't talk about Umar. Don't talk about, man, this nigga sit up there and talk shit about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Then somebody decided to talk shit back about him. Don't talk about him, man. Get out of here, man. We talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to yeah, Umar would say the whole wallet number. And it would be an Ethereum wallet. Send your African crypto coins to X0943874529630428572993. You know what I'm saying? This is a pure African cryptocurrency wallet manufactured in Africa. Like, bruh, you all you did was hit a button and it created the wallet, man. Shut your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said Umar said 3 times, but I'm gonna say it to the infinity. Right. Shout out to you, bro. Make sure y'all show Detroit 313 some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Detroit 313.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Oh, man. Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said, these pro-wax always talking shit, especially black men being successful. Bro, listen. And if you listen to Umar Johnson, literally any and everything that happens is always a black man's fault. It's always a black man's fault if you listen to Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson is one of those people that literally just degrades black people any opportunity that he gets, but yet he's looked at as the quote-unquote pinnacle pro-black. Like, this dude goes in on black people, man. I'd be like, yo, man, don't y'all hear these people, man? This dude actually said black people are not mentally well enough to properly handle reparations. Like, bro, I'm like, and this is one of the reasons why I be saying we can't have this unity shit. We can't have this community shit. He's sitting there, and the reason why we can't have no community shit is because we have insane fools like Umar Johnson literally making wild, liable blanket statements about everybody. This dude said that black people, quote unquote, the whole of black people, are not mentally stable enough to deal with reparations. Like, bro, are you crazy? Like, are you crazy? You're talking about the entire United States and descendants of slaves and saying that everybody's mentally unstable. Like, you sound crazy. You sound mentally unstable. Sound and look mentally unstable. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tia. What's good with it, Tia? Yeah, the Akon City, right? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said he can go back to Cuba where his people came from. I heard the rumors that Umar is Cuban. Is he really? Hurricane said his so-called facts are always easily debunkable too. Listen, I never forget. I was listening to him on a interview, and he was talking about, I think he was talking about the financial system possibly. And all I know is that he started spreading, like the things that he started saying. If you've ever read Behold a Pale Horse, he was directly quoting Bill Cooper. Now, here go the thing, right? Shout out to Behold a Pale Horse. It's a great book. I don't have no problem with Bill Cooper, so I'm not going in on Bill Cooper. But again, you have to hold Umar Johnson to his standard. So you're gonna quote this book. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna quote this book. Now, shout out to Carlton, right? You already know Umar's response to that. Here goes Umar. Look, here goes Umar response to that. Robert Smith is confused as evidenced by his wife, and then just throw his hands up, and then there's nothing else behind it. Like, that's just it. That's just it. That's just it. In people like Umar Johnson, in people like Umar Johnson's mind, you know what I'm saying? Robert Smith, you know what I'm saying, because he's married to a white woman, magically got just that's how he got it, like just magically, like when the knot was tied there, magically billions of dollars just fell out of the sky like manna. You know what I'm saying? Because Robert Smith married the white supremacy. Like, bruh, that's okay. You need to go to a padded room. You know what I'm saying? You need to go to a padded room, my dude. You know what I'm saying? And you need some heavy medication, bro. You need some heavy medication. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that's like, man, on YouTube, that's it. Like, that's it. That's another infinity gauntlet. That's all you gotta say. White supremacy or white woman, boom, that's it. That's the mushroom cloud explodes, and that's just nothing else needs to be said. You've already won. Like if the score is like, 27-0 and you need to throw a Hail Mary, white supremacy. That's it. You just took the game out of overtime. Like, you just won. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kirk. Now, listen, you know that Umar Johnson is the sergeant of the Dick Patrol. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's Deputy Dick for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude, he'll put the forensic dust. He be dusting everybody's dick for evidence. Fucking weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kirk. Kirk said, bro. Kirk said, brothers and sisters, we are mining dashiki coin right now in the motherland. They only got 2 watts. They only got 2 watts and 0.5 hash, but they doing it though. They got horses pulling the turbines. You know what I'm saying? We have we have a mining hut with 2 servers, and 0.02 of our stake pool goes to condoms for locals. Donations. And also, you know what I'm saying? Because we put all of our money into our network infrastructure, the only thing we could afford to eat is cats and dogs.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
In Springfield,
Me ain't Donald Trump trying to grab him by the
Said it was some Haitians, somewhere out in Springfield. Women doing cartwheels.
Have you seen Garfield?
Have you seen Snowball? This about to snowball. I'm about to go off. I can't let this go on. Miss me like an airball. Tell me when my cat is coughing up like a hairball. I gotta tell them if they even put the fingernail on Santa's little helper to turn them to hamburger helper. Somebody better help them, cause I'm going to jail for showing them fellas helter skelter. Usually I'm content, but if you touch my dog, then I'm turning into John Wick. I'm lit. Bird better drop it. If you touch my pet, then I'm pulling up like CrossFit. Hello Kitty, but it ain't there, it's right here in your city. When I turn my back, now the cat goes missing in the where my peoples is at. Does anybody know where he took with that? Cause I heard they putting claws on felines, I'm mad. And my cat disappeared just like Felix the cat. And then got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat.
They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat cat.
Drop that cat.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Definitely appreciate it, bro. That's that is hilarious, man. Shout out to y'all got me dying. Yo, shout out to DSB. Yo, bro, I hope they make sure that they refund your money too. I hope you ain't just, you know what I'm saying, spend the whole, you know what I'm saying, the whole 100 on that. Like, man, make Google give you your dough. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DSB. DSB said, as I was saying, Umar wish he could get these. I hope he's watching. You know he ain't watching. You know he ain't watching. I don't watch no YouTube, no YouTubian clown. That's what he would call me, the YouTubian clown. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch no YouTubian clowns. Shout out to DSB, man. Make sure y'all show DSB some love. DSB getting drop. So first we got to ask Anton, how you feel about Umar?
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Hey, look, check this out. What did he say after they took away Cash App and PayPal?
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
Don't push me, ain't Donald Trump trying to grab them by women doing cartwheels.
Have you seen Garfield?
Have you seen Snowball? This about to snowball. I'm about to go off. I can't let this go on. Miss me like an airball. Tell me when my cat is coughing up like a hairball. I gotta tell them if they even put the fingernail on Santa's little helper to turn them to hamburger helper. Somebody better help them, cause I'm going to jail for showing them fellas helter skelter. Usually I'm content, but if you touch my dog, then I'm turning into John Wick. I'm lit. Bird better drop it. If you touch my pet, then I'm pulling up like CrossFit. Overseas where they said Hello Kitty, but it ain't there, it's right here in your city. When I turn my back, now the cat goes missing in the where my peoples is at. Does anybody know where he took with that? Cause I heard they putting claws on felines, I'm mad. And my cat disappeared just like Felix the cat. And then got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat.
They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
Drop that cat.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Get the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
I'm rich, bitch.
Cash rules everything around me. Queen, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
This is the hardest record out.
I get it.
Silence. I ain't got no money, pie.
Shout out to DSB. I appreciate you, bro. Let me see. Hold on real quick. Shout out to Hurricane. Make sure y'all show Hurricane some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Hurricane. Hurricane said his school is like a church building, never really gets built. What do you think, Anton? Let's see what we got to ask Anton. Time for another episode of Ask Anton. How you feel about that, Anton?
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real. Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it. Shout out. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, for some reason, I was trying to buy XRP, but my payment was rerouted to BLR. Refund? Nah, bro, nah. You know what I'm saying? Look, you can get your refund. You can get your refund in Crow at Knife. You can get your refund. You can get your refund in Crow at Knife.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Queen, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Definitely appreciate it, man. Y'all out here killing it, man. I appreciate y'all. So yeah, man, like again, like this is the reason, man. Like we have to do this. Like we have to do this. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that, you know, along with the fun and the jokes and the games, we got to clarify things too. Like we got to have some clarification. You know what I'm saying? We can't keep having like the disinformation army just making stuff up and just being allowed to run wild with it. Like we can't have that. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says members of the crypto industry have long complained of challenges accessing or maintaining bank services. So I mean, you know, like look, shout out to Carlton, right? Because you know Carlton go hit the button on this. But I mean, if you ask me, this is a fair question, right? Let's ask this question. Yeah, shout out to Hurricane. Yeah, we hit the goal. Shout out to I think DSB himself, you know what I'm saying, covered the goal. So shout out to DSB for that, right? And shout out to everybody else, you know, with contributing to the goal as well. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate y'all. So let me ask y'all this question. When it comes to Operation Choke Point 2.0, here's my question, right? Is that similar to financial redlining? How many people would consider that similar to financial redlining? If you guys would consider that similar to financial redlining, give me a thumbs up. If you guys wouldn't consider it similar to financial redlining, give me a thumbs down. Some crypto firms like Coinbase have spent years fighting legal battles to highlight bias against the industry in securing banking services. All right. So, you know, they're not letting them use a bank, which is necessary to be able to run a business. On Wednesday, a new cache of documents appeared to confirm several instances of firms being denied bank services. Okay. So as you guys can see, this guy here, Paul Grewolf, he posted this tweet here. All right. And this tweet shows evidence that the FDIC is blocking out particular banking services from certain businesses. See? Well, look at that. The FDIC explicitly banned a reserve bank account for a stablecoin user. Okay. Shout out to Carlton. Yo, I appreciate you too, bro. Appreciate you. Hey, listen, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all are, you guys are the best. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't let anybody fool you. You guys are the best. You know what I'm saying? Despite linking crypto to illicit activity and North Korean cyber criminals, Warren has come out in defense of crypto firms deserving banking services. During a Senate hearing on Wednesday, Warren told the CEO of crypto infrastructure provider Archons Digital, "I don't think for a second you should be locked out of our banking system." Now, she's lying, right? Because before, she did think that they should be locked out of the banking system. She thought that if there wasn't security that was sufficient to what she felt was secure, then they didn't deserve to do business. And we saw her say that. You know what I'm saying? There are times when a bank has a legitimate reason, a legal obligation to freeze or close a bank account, Warren's letter to Trump said, but banks may be implementing these legal obligations in a sloppy and overboard manner. So, you know, if you ask me, like, you know, again, this is fake as far as Elizabeth Warren goes. This is simply Elizabeth Warren trying to maintain relevance under the Trump presidency. She's bending the knee for the most part, like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Is what's going on here. Debanking is a cause that Trump himself has railed against, specifically against conservative voices. Many conservatives complain that the banks are not allowing them to do business within the bank, and that included a place called Bank of America, Trump said last month at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. They don't take conservative business. Now, let me ask you guys this question. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? For years, the crypto industry has criticized the SEC's 2022 Staff Accounting Bulletin number 121, SAB 121, which made it difficult for banks to serve crypto customers by appearing to increase regulatory burdens and highlighting risks. This, crypto firm said, indirectly contributed to debanking. All right. The SAB 121 was a major barrier to banks in the U.S. holding crypto for customers because it, quote unquote, recommended that they record crypto as liabilities on their balance sheet and ultimately made it harder for banks to provide consumers with a safe and sound digital asset service, said Seamus Roca, CEO of Zappo Bank, a crypto native bank based outside the United States. Now, let's talk about this SAB 121, right? This is Standard Accounting Board, right? Let me ask you guys this question. Explain to me how a cryptocurrency would be a liability on a balance sheet. How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? So next it goes on to say, this regulatory handbrake and other roadblocks have meant that crypto native banks like Zappo operating outside of the U.S. have gained a significant head start in providing effective fiat to crypto banking ramps for customers, Roca said. People don't want to be blocked by their bank when trying to bank with crypto or to wait days to transfer fiat across borders, Roca added. Last month, the SEC rescinded the controversial bulletin. Okay. So again, right, we have to go down the line with these, and I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but take a look at these crypto prices real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's looking real. If you want to buy some stuff, I mean, you know, you got Solana right here at $189. You know what I'm saying? You got XRP at $276. Doge is at 26 cents. And now, mind you, these things are up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Things are up a little bit. What else we got? Bitcoin, I think, like, yeah, 96,522. You know what I'm saying? Ethereum, $2,680. What y'all think about those prices? Yeah, and I gotta agree. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said exactly, just being disruptive because they can. Absolutely. Shout out to Kirk. Kirk says, wow, Warren is Tim Donnie on one side of the ball and Chris Paul on the other. Crazy. Yeah, the mental gymnastics is insane. It's insane, bro. It's insane. You know what I'm saying? All she's trying to do is maintain her career. Is it? You know what I'm saying? She doesn't even believe what she's saying. She's so full of contradiction. You know what I'm saying? Now check this out, right? Wait a minute. What happened here? Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Now check this out. We got to talk. Now it's time to talk about Chrome Dome. It's time to talk about Destro. Right, we got to talk about Destro real quick. Cobra Commander. The United States shall never be a cryptocurrency hub. U.S. lawmaker blasts Trump's meme coin, accuses Elon Musk's Doge of gutting consumer protections. All right, so let's see what's going on here. a U.S. representative has slammed President Trump and Elon Musk for dismantling consumer protections, warning they've turned crypto. Look at this. They've turned crypto into a breeding ground for scams. How? How did they do this? How did Trump and Elon Musk turn crypto into a breeding ground for scams? How did they do it? Lord Destro to you, right? So take a wild guess who said this. Yeah, of course it was Chrome Dome. Elon Musk's quote-unquote Doge bros shutting down consumer protections. Lawmaker sounds the alarm, all right? U.S. representative, U.S. hero. She's an American hero. Ayanna Presley. Listen, and we need to have a conversation about alopecia, right? We got to have a conversation about alopecia. Anybody that actually has pathological alopecia should be outraged about these lying women, you know what I'm saying, sitting there saying that they have alopecia. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Listen, if you go to any hospital system that treats people with treatments or diseases that may cause alopecia, one of the things that a lot of the hospital systems provide is a free quote unquote wig. Right now, when I say free quote unquote wig, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying wig, you know, the way that, you know, people be talking about wigs, right? I'm talking about a wig for the alopecia. And the reason why is because people that have alopecia, they really emotionally miss their hair. They feel like a piece of them has died, which in essence it has, because of whatever pathological process they have. Either their hair fell out or their hair follicles have stopped from being able to generate hair. And these people miss their hair. Go and look online. Somebody shout out to the people in the comment section right now. Somebody go and Google the cost of an alopecia wig. These alopecia wigs cost hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars. There's literally no one rocking a stylish bald head in the name of alopecia. These people that have alopecia cry legit tears every day when they look in the mirror and see that they don't have any hair. Do you guys notice how when it comes to these people that these liars that say that they have alopecia, none of them can ever say why they have alopecia, how they got alopecia? You see, shout out to Kirk. $500 to $2,000 for an actual alopecia wig. And then let me break this down to you guys. This is a real thing. I'm not making this up. You know what I'm saying? Go for real. Go look. So the fact that somebody like Jada Pinkett or the fact that somebody like Ayanna Presley who would lie and say that they have alopecia, that's disgusting. That's just as bad as Elizabeth Warren sitting up there saying that, you know, she's a Native American. What caused your alopecia? They won't answer. They don't have alopecia. I'm saying alopecia in most cases is not a standalone situation. Alopecia in most cases is a symptom of something else. It's a symptom of something else. You don't just quote unquote catch alopecia. Oh, I got alopecia. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got alopecia. You ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? You peeled your head like a potato because you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Somebody look up alopecia and tell me standalone alopecia. And so here's my question. Why are these liars being allowed to run around and say that they have alopecia? Why are they allowed? You know what I'm saying? What causes alopecia? Now look at this, right? We're gonna take a look at this. Because I'm sick of this. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm so sick of this. Ooh. Yeah, look, shout out to Kirk Alden. Kirk Alden says, wow, real hair goes for $700 to $4,000. Wow, didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, bro, facts. See, shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you know now. I can't stand I can't stand these liars. You know what I'm saying? So this is from the Mayo Clinic, right? Alopecia, hair loss, can affect your scalp or your entire body, and it can be temporary or permanent. It can be the result of hereditary, hormonal changes, medical condition, or as a normal part of aging. Anyone can lose hair on their head, but it's more common in men. All right, so now here's the question, right? What caused any of these? What caused Jada Pinkett's? What caused Ayanna Presley's? Yeah, look, stress, eating disorder. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Autoimmune. So now, why are they just naming a symptom? They're not talking about the whole disease. Baldness typically refers to excessive hair loss from your scalp. Heredity hair loss with age is the most common cause of baldness, which we know this isn't really common in women or like that. For the most part, when it comes to women, you know, they kind of have hair thinning, but not so much the hair loss. Now, some of them do, some of them can, but not so much, right? Some people prefer to let their hair loss run its course, untreated and unhidden. Others may cover it up with hairstyle, makeup, hats, or scarves. And still, others choose one of the treatments available to prevent further hair loss or to restore growth. Before pursuing hair loss treatment, talk with your doctor about the cause of your hair loss and treatment options. So again, like I said, alopecia, hair loss, all this stuff, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not a standalone thing. Hair loss can appear in many different ways, depending on what's causing it. It can come on suddenly or gradually and affect your scalp or your whole body. I'm telling you, listen, Ayanna Presley and, you know what I'm saying, Jada Pinkett and all these people, they're lying. They're lying. Right. Shout out to Kurt. Kurt said Jada's hormones is out of balance without Thug D. Right. So yeah, man. Again, you know, I get really irritated with this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I get really irritated with this kind of stuff. These people are liars, and they're allowed to run around and lie, and there's never any upholding of any like factual, you know, analysis or anything like that. Like, man, she's lying. Don't talk about her. Don't talk about her hair. I'm not talking about her hair because there is none. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about her false flagging of a disease process. Like, that's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Because it's mad people. There's no one. Listen, look. See what I want y'all to go back and look what Kurt said. Do you see how much these wigs cost? These alopecia wigs, $700 to $400. Now, again, like I said, some hospitals get these away for free, right? That's a lot of money, $700 to $400. This is a hell of a demand, right? For price to be this much, a hell of a demand. If alopecia people were flossing their quote unquote, you know, bald scalps like that, there wouldn't be this demand, $700 to $400 for an alopecia wig. They wouldn't cost this much if there wasn't no demand for it. There is a demand for these alopecia wigs because these people miss their hair because it's part of them. And I don't think it's funny, you know what I'm saying, for no rich politician that's making all this money to false flag a disease because you happen to get a bad haircut. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says U.S. Representative Ayanna Presley voiced strong concerns over the increasing prevalence of, look at this, increasing prevalence of cryptocurrency scams during a House Financial Services Committee hearing on February 13th. Now, let me ask you guys this question. What financial scams, what cryptocurrency scams are increasing in prevalence? Yeah, shout out to Kirk. Kirk says facts. That's literally the emotional price attached to the commodity. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And these hospitals come out the pocket when they get those away free. A lot of times, most of the time, they give them away free to to people that's getting chemotherapy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Kirk said, wow, these women are out of line, bro. Yeah, man. Out of line. Like, listen, if you got a low haircut or a bald head haircut, just say that you got a low haircut or a bald head haircut. I mean, just say that. Don't lie and say that there's some type of pathology. Oh, I got alopecia. No, you don't. No, you don't. How many rounds of chemotherapy did you go through? What kind of disease process did you have? You got Cushing's disease? Like, what's causing your alopecia? You know what I'm saying? It's some people that actually wish that they had their hair. Clearly, in the price of the alopecia wigs reflects it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kirk. Kirk said, I mean, I knew it, but they never cease to amaze me. Bro, facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Man, I know for now, again, there might be some people, right? But the majority of people that have alopecia are not flossing a bald head like that. They miss their hair. No, I would say like less than 5% of alopecia victims, patients, whatever you want to call them, less than 5% are proudly flaunting a bald head. No one's doing that. You know what I'm saying? No one's doing that. And if you and look, check this out, right? Here's another thing. Y'all can go check this out. Y'all can go look this up. Some health insurance policies or some cancer specific policies either partially or fully pay for an alopecia wig as a medical treatment. Some insurances pay for an alopecia wig as a medical treatment. You know what I'm saying? So if they're paying for alopecia wig as a medical treatment, no one's rocking a proud bald head going around chest beating saying I have alopecia. No one's doing that except for somebody that's doing it for vanity. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Detroit 313. Yeah, alcohol tear you up, tear your liver up. You know what I'm saying? Make you have dementia and everything else. So now here it says she emphasized that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was instrumental in tackling fraud before being dismantled under the influence of Donald Trump and Elon Musk, particularly through actions taken by the Department of Government Efficiency. Presley pointed to real-life cases of individuals, look at this, losing their savings to crypto scams, underscoring the urgent need for government intervention, referring to the CFPB. Now, mind you, the scammer is not the problem. Right? The scammer is not the problem. The crypto is, right? just like the owner's not the problem, the gun is, right? Look, shout out to Kirk. Kirk says further proof to the demand and attachment of loss of hair to the disorder. Facts, absolutely. Shout out to Kirk Alton. Kirk said, Rob so methodical with the analysis, bro. Like Denzel said, bro, I'm surgical with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm surgical with it. Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said that's like they accepted the fat acceptance of 98 inches of her big of her big behind. Right. Now, and again, right, that we can go into that. Right? We can go into that. Look, listen, hey, listen, look, I'm gonna do like this, right? As far as people that's overweight go, I'm gonna say this with confidence, and I'm gonna stand on this. And anybody that would like to debunk my talking point, I will give them the floor, right? No one rejects obesity. No one rejects fatness more than human life. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. There is nothing or no one in the world that rejects obesity or fatness more than human life. Now, here's my thing, right? You can sit there and make the public try to accept it as much as you want to. But here goes my question. How do you make human life accept it? How do you make life accept it? How do you make life accept morbid obesity? How do you do it? You can sit there and say that I'm not allowed to use the word fat as much as you want. You can sit there and say that I'm not allowed to call somebody overweight or obese as much as I want. But when the Grim Reaper comes for you because your arteries are clogged, what you going to do to make him stop? What you going to do to make him stop? When you have a heart attack or a coronary artery attack, what you going to do to make them stop? What you going to do to make type 2 diabetes stop? I mean, yeah, sure, I won't call you fat. I won't call you this. I won't call you that. What you going to do when them diseases come for you? What you going to do when them comorbidities come for you? You going you going to run to somebody and make them start treating you nice? I don't know if it works like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it works like that. What you going to do when a heart attack come for you? You can make me shut up as much as you want to. Can you make that heart attack stop, though? Can you stop that heart attack in your track? The only way that you could make that heart attack stop in its tracks is if you decide to attack your own obesity. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen says certain sea animals survive on blubber. Facts. And they do. And the reason why they survive on blubber is because, for one, right, they got a different environment than us, right? None of these people who are 900 pounds live in freezing temperatures in the deep sea, right? So, you know, because they happen to be land animals that live in a warm climate, the blubber kind of works different, right? Now, let's talk about the land animals with the blubber, right? We could talk about bears. You know, a lot of times people might wash up onto their couch like a beached whale, right? But they're not really in the hibernation process when they fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? They might just be taking a nap. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they might wash up on the couch like a beached whale. You know what I'm saying? But they haven't hibernated. You know what I'm saying? They're not at a high pressure environment. You know what I'm saying? Right? They don't need the blubber to keep them warm because we live in a different environment. We're up, you know, above sea level, closer to the sun. You know what I'm saying? And then again, you know, for the most part, you know, there's always, when it comes to that, you know, we're human. Right? We got completely different metabolisms, completely different dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm gonna tell you what else too. The blubber, right? If you notice animals that have blubber, most of the times these animals are huge. They're gigantic. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like a brine whale, you know what I'm saying? Or a grizzly bear, giant animals, right? So because they're giant, they have higher mechanical energy requirements, right? That's like a big ass 18-wheeler. It has a larger gas tank, you know what I'm saying, than a compact car. There's more weight to push. You know what I'm saying? It has higher mechanical requirements, a bigger engine to keep running. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons too. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, like it's just, and shout out to Brooklyn Queen and swimming nonstop. Yeah, facts. Shout out to Kirk. Hippos are only 2% body fat. Facts. 2% body fat. Listen, these animals ain't no joke out here as far as like the muscle mass. These gorillas and stuff like that. That's why, like, when I've said this before, I'm dead serious. Animals that stand up and square up with you, I'm not messing with no animals like that. I'm not messing with no kangaroo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not messing with no raccoon. I'm not messing with no bear. You know what I'm saying? I'm not messing with no primate, no ape, no chimpanzee, no none of that. Anything that'll stand up and get into a boxing stance and actually like fight with you, like it got like fighting skills, a kimono dragon and stuff like that, man. I'm not dealing with no type of animals doing none of that. And honestly, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to be nowhere near them. I'm not about to sit there. You seen people sit there and get their ass knocked out by a kangaroo in a boxing match. People in Australia be playing games and shit. A kangaroo like hit them with a left hook and knock their ass out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, kangaroo stand up, yo, bruh. I'm gone. Don't even come this way. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times with them type of animals, you can't even do nothing with them. You know what I'm saying? A praying mantis rise up on you. You try to fight back. The praying mantis got a hate crime bill, so you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? You going to jail. You try to defend yourself, a praying mantis decide to buck up on you. Psh, that's a Fed crime. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be collateral damage on the next ICE raid go down your street. Shout out to Kirk. Kirk said it really changes the way you think about weight and fat. Humans are terrible. Listen, that's why grizzly bears, they eat all that. Look, they eat all that salmon and get all that protein. Now, mind you, you see these big ass animals, right? Kirk had mentioned the hippopotamus. Everybody be thinking like hippopotamus is like big and flabby and all that, right? Now, here go the thing, right? These animals like whales and hippopotamuses, they are very low body fat percentage. That's how efficient, like they're that low body fat percentage, but we see the fat. Like you see a hippopotamus, you like this hippopotamus is fat. Nah, the hippopotamus like all muscle, but you see the fat though. They got that's how much muscle they have. You know what I'm saying? They got that much muscle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said until they see big ass spiders in Australia, bro, or until they see them big ass centipedes like in South America. You got me. I'm not none of that. I'm not messing with no insect that's the size of a mammal, neither. Not doing that. Them two things I ain't doing. Animals that stand up and insects or arachnids or arthropods that's the size of a mammal. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that one. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane said the stupidest part is those people always want some more of that. Like, why? Yeah, bro. Hey, man. Listen, didn't that what the one dude die because he put his head in the alligator's mouth? Who would do it? I wouldn't. I'm not even going nowhere near an alligator. I don't mess with the. Listen, man, when I was down in Florida, when I was down in Miami, it was iguanas all over the place. Hey, they definitely didn't have to fight for no space for me. Anytime I see one of them iguanas, man, yo, I'm out the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm out the way. Go ahead. They got them big iguanas down there too with the multicolored tails. Like, yo, hey, I ain't messing with it. Yeah, sharks aren't mammals. Sharks are fish. You know what I'm saying? They're considered fish. Now, whales are mammals, but sharks ain't mammals. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, what was they call that the killer whale? The killer whale is actually a type of shark. It's not even a whale. You know what I'm saying? Now, whales are mammals. Pretty sure. Yeah, whales are mammals. You know what I'm saying? So Presley pointed out real-life cases of individuals losing their savings to crypto scams, underscoring the urgent need for government intervention. Referring to the CFPB, the lawmaker asserted, the agency is now under attack. Elon Musk and his so-called Doge bros have kicked out the employees, locked the door, and stopped all work from continuing. The congresswoman claimed that without the CFPB safeguards, consumers are left vulnerable to crypto fraud schemes that continue to proliferate. Like what? And shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. Like what cryptos? And again, this is what I'm saying. So when you hear people use these talking points, this crypto is a scam stuff, these crypto this and crypto that, these are, as you can see, these are Democrat talking points, but they're coming from the quote unquote so-called independents. We're independent, but we're saying the same thing that Ayanna Pressley and Elizabeth Warren say. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, Trump used to say this. Trump used to say crypto was a scam, but then he changed course on it. And then he's been actually materializing on his course changing. Presley also criticized Trump of launching a meme coin that quickly lost value, leaving everyday investors with losses. Now, here's the thing, right? As far as this Trump meme coin. Now, yes, Trump meme coin gained value and it lost value, right? Now, here goes my thing. Since Bitcoin, right? Like post 2017, take a look at any cryptocurrency chart, set it on all, right? And when you set it on all, look at the pattern of the chart. In most cases, in the immediate launch of any cryptocurrency or any security, there's automatically always a large bump in the price. And the reason why is because before a crypto, mathematically, right, before any security is launched, it's at zero. The moment one security is sold, the price increases to a 100% increase because one security has finally been sold. So the initial part of the graph is always going to show a higher spike. But again, this is math. This is math. You know what I'm saying? Remember what the Democrats said. The Democrats are the anti-math party. Listen, how many people remember the Democrats actually said, quote unquote, math is white supremacy? You guys remember that? So there's that. You know what I'm saying? So it said earlier this year, Trump launched his own cryptocurrency meme coin. He promoted it on social media and people invested in it. She described, emphasizing, but then it quickly lost value, roughly 40%, when quote unquote Trump insiders pulled their money for a profit, resulting in working class people stuck with the losses. It was a scam. Now, here's my question. What's the evidence that Trump insiders pulled their money for a profit? And also at the same time, the coin didn't go to zero. It hasn't collapsed. So here's my question. Where's the evidence that Trump insiders pulled their money? She contrasted Trump's actions with the CFBP's mission to protect consumers and called for its reinstatement, asserting, "We need this essential agency to be reopened to finish its necessary work." Supporters of Doge argue that the reforms are necessary to improve government efficiency and reduce regulatory barriers that could hinder crypto innovation. Musk and his backers claim these efforts target bureaucratic inefficiencies while allowing market-driven solutions to combat fraud. Meanwhile, Trump's pro-crypto stance has gained support from those who view him as a proponent of the financial independence and decentralized finance. His supporters believe his policies could position the U.S. as a leader in blockchain innovation by fostering a regulatory environment that promotes growth while protecting investors. Many in the crypto industry advocate for clear regulations that prevent fraud while allowing the sector to evolve. So let me ask you guys this. Whose fault is it that there's not any crypto regulations? It's people like Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's people like Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler's fault that there's not regulation. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. So, listen, man, how many of y'all remember P.D. Pablo? North Carolina, right? Well, check out what North Carolina is doing. North Carolina House Speaker files for states to invest in Bitcoin ETPs. You know, these people that keep saying that Bitcoin is a scam and cryptocurrency is a scam, like, man, they just keep getting slapped upside the head with more facts and more facts and more facts. And the thing that's crazy is that they don't ever address any of this. How come they never addressed any of this? North Carolina House Speaker files for bill for state to invest in Bitcoin ETPs. Now, this doesn't mean to invest in Bitcoin directly. This means to invest in Bitcoin exchange-traded products. The bill limits investment to Bitcoin exchange-traded products only, but includes various state funds such as pensions and insurance. So, how many people know this, right? Close to a third of the states in the United States have some type of cryptocurrency / Bitcoin regulation or legislation pending. Bitcoin's not a political issue. That's what they said. What's this? Sure looks like politics to me, right? And this is what I'm saying. These people live outside of reality. The fact that people have not addressed any of this, that's living outside of reality. And it's just okay. It's just okay. Could you guys imagine the consequences if I was just, wildly wrong about something that I said, or, I was just completely incorrect about something that I was talking to? Man, it would never be over. It would never be the end of it. Some people on YouTube get to do and say whatever they want to, and there's no consequence, regardless of how damaging or incorrect it is. Other people, if they forget to put a period at the end of the sentence, it's over. Somebody make sense of that. Somebody make sense of that. You know what I'm saying? North Carolina has become the latest U.S. state to propose legislation permitting the state treasurer to invest public funds in qualified digital assets. The North Carolina Digital Assets Investment Act, which is called HB 92, introduced by North Carolina Speaker of the House Destin Hall on February 10th, would diversify the state's investments by allowing the treasurer to include digital assets in its portfolio. Now, again, we got to ask this question, right? If this is allowed, what do you all think that this will do to the Bitcoin price and to the price of the assets that are put into the portfolio? What do you guys think that it'll do? Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Yep, go on and get them passed. Facts. And this is one of the reasons why, I be having to throw that out there. When we be talking on undocumented or, talking about something else, we got to talk about the immigration handouts, because the people that benefit from the immigration policy didn't pay nothing. You know what I'm saying? These people did. And the immigration stuff, see, this right here, this is stuff that's happening on the state level. Trump hasn't done the federal stuff for crypto. This is stuff that's going on the state level. Trump put together them committees, right? But we need that reserve, though. We need that Bitcoin price up to $500,000 by the end of the year, right? So now here it says, however, one of the requirements is that the digital assets must be an exchange-traded product. All right, so they're not investing directly into Bitcoin, but they're investing into Bitcoin exchange-traded products. Okay. Additionally, they must have an average market capitalization of at least $750 billion over the previous 12 months, meaning at the moment, only Bitcoin exchange traded products are eligible, right? So now, you know, as other products start to grow, right, and their market cap fits this criteria, then those things would be eligible to be placed in this cryptocurrency reserve as well, right? But right now, the only one that qualifies is Bitcoin. All right. There is also a limit of 10% of any state fund's balance at the time of investment. All right. Investing in digital assets. Now, look, I want you guys, this is what the state representative said. All right. Investing in digital assets like Bitcoin not only has the potential to generate positive yields for our state investment fund, but also positions North Carolina as a leader in technological adaptation and innovation, said Hall, who co-sponsored the bill, right? So, you know, I would agree with this statement, right? And then, you know, I would go as far as to ask this question. Is being anti-Bitcoin being anti-technology? Is being anti-Bitcoin being anti-innovation? Is being anti-Bitcoin being anti-wealth? That would be my question. Let me know what you guys think. In a post on X, he added that the move aligned with President Trump's vision for a national Bitcoin stockpile and ensuring North Carolina leads at the state level. Legislators and bill sponsors said there were several reasons to invest in crypto assets, such as US dollar inflation and devaluation and potential returns from state funds. Now, I want you guys to understand what's going on here. What they're saying and what they're doing is they're investing in cryptocurrency because the dollar is not dependable enough. That's what this paragraph says. We're investing in Bitcoin because we can't really trust the dollar as a result of inflation and devaluation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Hurricane. It would, facts. Now, I want you guys to understand the magnitude of this, right? Imagine the magnitude of an American state saying we need to buy Bitcoin because the dollar is not dependable enough to maintain our wealth and value. That's what's being said here, right? If you guys would agree, that's what's being said here. Give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, this is not what's being said here, then give me a thumbs down and let me know what's being said. Because this is what's being said, right? Legislators and bill sponsors said there were several reasons to invest in crypto assets, such as US dollar inflation and devaluation. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How does US dollar inflation and devaluation affect the racial wealth gap? What does that do to the racial wealth gap mathematically? I'm going to put mines in a mattress. Okay, you go ahead and do that. Right? You go ahead and do that. Go ahead and put yours in a mattress. What does putting yours in a mattress do exactly? You know what I'm saying? Now, again, how many times have you guys heard the talking point, quote unquote, I don't trust Bitcoin. I don't trust cryptocurrency. Look at this. Let me ask y'all this. Look, this is what they trust. Listen, the people don't trust Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, right? But the government trusts Bitcoin and cryptocurrency more than they trust their own money. The people will sit there and say, I don't trust cryptocurrency. But the state government of the state that they live in trusts cryptocurrency more than they trust the US dollar. These states and these governments, they're not saying I'm going to get more US dollars to secure my wealth. They're not saying that. They're saying I'm going to get more Bitcoin and digital assets. But you got people out here actually say, I don't trust Bitcoin. What? Make that make sense, please. Is there anybody that can make that make sense? Somebody help me out. Make that make sense. So now here it says blockchain technology, decentralized finance, and other innovations in the crypto space will shape our future in many new ways. North Carolina is poised to capitalize on these emerging opportunities, said Bill co-sponsor Mike Sheetzelt. That's an interesting last name, Sheetzelt. You know what I'm saying? But this is what he said, though. Shout out to Tia. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I shout out, make sure y'all throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Tia. And this is what I be saying. Please go and research. Go and research. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got. And shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane said, I used to say it too, but now I know better. And I thank you for that, right? Yo, I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you guys actually being open-minded enough to actually look into it. Look into it. Just look into it. You know what I'm saying? Don't take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? You know, we do the live streams. We have some fun, but please don't take my word for it. Go and look into it. Do some research yourself. You know what I'm saying? My man Lloyd Sky 9 in the building. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to Lloyd Sky 9. Lloyd Sky 9 said, salute to the chat and Rob. I'm ready for the market to leave these idiots behind. They need that taste of oblivion with all that back talk about crypto. Bro, facts. Facts, facts, and more facts. Shout out to you, bro. Make sure you guys show Lloyd Sky 9 some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Lloyd Sky 9 for funding the organization. And he bought y'all lunch.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Push me, ain't Donald Trump trying to grab him by the... Said it was some Haitians somewhere out in Springfield. Women doing cartwheels.
Have you seen Garfield?
Have you seen Snowball? This about to snowball. I'm about to go off. I can't let this go on. Miss me like an airball. Tell me when my cat is coughing up like a hairball. I gotta tell them if they even put the fingernail on Santa's little helper to turn them to hamburger helper. Somebody better help them, cause I'm going to jail for showing them fellas helter skelter. Usually I'm content, but if you touch my dog, then I'm turning into John Wick. I'm lit. Bird better drop it. If you touch my pet, then I'm pulling up like CrossFit. Gone overseas where they said Hello Kitty, but it ain't there, it's right here in your city. When I turn my back, now the cat goes missing and where my peoples is at. Does anybody know where he took with that? Cause I heard they putting claws on felines, I'm mad. And my cat disappeared just like Felix the cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat.
Drop that cat.
Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it. So look, check this out, y'all. I was actually going to do a video about this, right? Like I was going to do a video about these cryptocurrency reserves. But then there was just so much information that just kept coming out. I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to be able to fit all this into a video. So I'm going to have to do a live stream. I'm going to have to do a live stream to talk about all these different cryptocurrency reserves and all this stuff. Because all this stuff is happening like wild, and it's happening quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of stuff going on. And so shout out to the people that's in the Discord, right? Like if you're not in the Discord, take a moment and join the Discord. We was talking about this month, and it looks like this month is actually shaping up to be where it might actually be that opportunity. Y'all remember I was like, yo, if things look bad this month as far as prices go, this is the time to actually double your holdings. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to be able to double the nominal value of what you have in your cryptocurrency wallet this month because the market is so much in the red. I mean, we got under $200 Solana right now. You know what I'm saying? We got under $200 Solana right now. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is crazy low. Crazy low. You know what I'm saying? Like Bitcoin is 96,000. You know what I'm saying? Like Doge is under 30 cents. Like you can't, like it right now is wild. You know what I'm saying? This is a great time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kirk. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all show Kirk some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man Kirk for funding the organization. And man, he bought y'all around, I don't know, this is like round 5. He bought y'all around 5.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
So don't push me, ain't Donald Trump trying to grab him by the... Said it was some Haitians somewhere out in Springfield. Women doing cartwheels.
Have you seen Garfield?
Have you seen Snowball? This about to snowball. I'm about to go off. I can't let this go on. Miss me like an airball. Tell me when my cat is coughing up like a hairball. I gotta tell them if they even put the fingernail on Santa's little helper to turn them to hamburger helper. Somebody better help them, cause I'm going to jail for showing them fellas helter skelter. Usually I'm content, but if you touch my dog, then I'm turning into John Wick. I'm lit. Bird better drop it. If you touch my pet, then I'm pulling up like CrossFit. Miss a pity. Thought overseas where they said Hello Kitty, but it ain't there. It's right here in your city. When I turn my back, now the cat goes missing and where my peoples is at. Does anybody know where he took with that? Cause I heard they putting claws on felines. I'm mad. And my cat disappeared just like Felix the cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat.
Drop that cat.
Definitely appreciate you, bro. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all killing it tonight. If y'all haven't smashed that like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share this stream to your social media. So, I mean, like, look at this. This is the map right here. This is the map right here. The number of U.S. states proposing crypto investment legislation is increasing almost daily. Almost daily. Look at that. Look at that. There are now 19 states with a bill proposed, while Arizona and Utah advanced legislation beyond the House committee level. North Dakota, meanwhile, has rejected legislation regarding crypto investments. All right, so they're the only ones that have rejected it so far. On February 7th, Montana lawmakers introduced an act, HB 429, for creating a state special reserve account for investing in digital assets and precious metals. All right. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? We got another one, right? DJ Khaled, another one, right? Now, we've already talked about, I actually did a video about this, right? We did a video about the Texas crypto strategic reserve, right? You guys remember that video? If y'all remember that video, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't remember that video, give me a thumbs down. We did a video about the Texas crypto reserve, right? So now here it says Texas Bitcoin Reserve hearing. Symbolic move for crypto. While the hearing represents a positive step forward, the Fed's monetary policy remains the main driver of Bitcoin's trajectory, analysts told Cointelegraph. All right. The Texas Senate is set to hold a public hearing on September. What is September? What is September? I almost said September. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane just put that video about the Texas crypto reserve in the chat. I appreciate it, bro. The Texas Senate is set to hold a public hearing on February 18th to discuss the establishment of a Bitcoin reserve. But Market analysts say the move may be largely symbolic unless the state announces an immediate investment plan. All right. The first public hearing for the establishment of a potential strategic Bitcoin reserve in Texas is scheduled for February 18th, less than a week after the bill was received by the Secretary of Senate, according to the Texas government's website. So the thing is that, like, this is a real deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't just like people making this stuff up. This is actually happening. Like, this is going down. You know what I'm saying? See Bill SB 21, source capital.texas.gov. All right. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people aren't, again, like, you know, people aren't addressing this. Despite being a positive step for Bitcoin adoption, the hearing may only represent a symbolic move for cryptocurrency markets, according to Ilya Kalchev, dispatch analyst at Nexo. Texas considering Bitcoin as a reserve asset is another chess move in Bitcoin's march towards institutional legitimacy, but state-level initiatives often make ripples, not waves, compared to ETF inflows or corporate treasury allocations, Kalchev told Cointelegraph. Unless the hearing unveils a near-term purchase plan or a major policy shift, the market's response will likely be mild, as Texas's pro-crypto stance is already well known, he added. And I wouldn't disagree with that. I wouldn't disagree with that. Like, if you ask me, the market would react more favorable to an action plan, right? Or to an actual roadmap than it would to just a declaration of we're going to do XYZ without any type of plan behind it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want you guys to see this on the side here. Just, you know, pay attention to this. You see Kathy Woods, right? She stands by her $1.5 million Bitcoin price. Kathy Woods is saying that Bitcoin is going to $1.5 million. I'm not sure what her time frame is for saying when she thinks it's going to be there. But, you know, Michael Saylor says that it's going to 13 million. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I said, right? The Bitcoin under $100,000 is a great opportunity for what? The further below $100,000 you can catch Bitcoin at to buy, the higher the likelihood is that you will be able to approach one Bitcoin or more, or you know, as much Bitcoin as you can get, which is the ideal situation. That's what you want, right? So, you know, right now is a great time because these might be our final 5-digit era days. You know what I'm saying? These may be our final 5-digit era days. You know, going forward, like going into March, April, we may never see 5-digit Bitcoin again. We're never going to see 4-digit Bitcoin again. Never going to see 3-digit Bitcoin again. Never going to see 2-digit Bitcoin again. At all of those prices, there were people that said it's too expensive. When Bitcoin was $1, I'll wait for it to go back down to 50 cents. Bitcoin was $10, I'll wait for it to go back down to $1. Bitcoin at $100, I'll wait for it to go back down to $5. Bitcoin at $1,000, I'll wait for it to go back down to 100. It's not going back down, man. I mean, it takes 10 years of data to show people that it's not going back down. You know what I'm saying? At every decimal place, there's been people that have said, I'll buy it when it goes. It's not going back. It's never going back down. You know what I'm saying? It's never going down. You know what I'm saying? Like, here goes my question. When it comes to Bitcoin, what is the evidence that Bitcoin will ever go down and be affordable again? As a matter of fact, speaking of it being affordable, there's an article that just recently came out where Michael Saylor is saying Bitcoin will never be affordable again. You know what I'm saying? let me ask you guys this question: from $96,000, Bitcoin's going to go down to where? Where exactly? And then not to mention, while you're waiting for Bitcoin to go down, there's a finite supply of Bitcoin. So in addition to waiting for it to go down, while it's going down, other people are buying it. Anytime somebody buys Bitcoin, they're removing a buying opportunity from somebody. So while you're sitting there, like while it's at $96,000 and you're waiting for it to go down even further, every moment somebody's removing a buying opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like every moment somebody's either removing a buying opportunity or it's just another piece of a Bitcoin that MicroStrategies or somebody like MicroStrategies is going to buy, and it's never going to get circulated back into the market again. And if it never gets circulated back into the market again, what do that do to the Bitcoins that's in the market? That raises their price, right? So, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Look right here. Crypto bills stack up across the U.S. from Bitcoin Reserve to task force. Now, the thing is, once the floodgates get open, right? Once the states start, you know, getting on a schedule buying Bitcoin and, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff, like, you're not talking about people buying, like, you know, like how we buy Bitcoin, you know, might buy like $100 here, $100 there, even $10 there, $10 there, right? We're not talking about that. We're talking about people buying up Bitcoin like it's Shiba. That's gonna make the supply go way fast, and it's already like honestly, like I've said before, all the Bitcoin is already bought up. It's all already bought. Yeah, fact. Shout out to Detroit 313. Detroit 313 said it's not going back down. It's remaining the price. Yeah, facts. Like maintaining the price. Yeah, facts. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, I buy as much Bitcoin as I can, especially when there are dips. Me too. Like, you know, honestly, and you know, like Michael Saylor said, you know, I like to buy the dips if I can, right? But a lot of times I can't buy the dips. I'm not rich out here. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I can't buy the dips. I buy the dips if I can, but I also buy with the knowledge that, you know, at some moment there may be none available to buy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a lot of people. See, like, that's Michael. See, when Michael Saylor says, I'll buy the tops and I'll buy the bottoms forever, what he's basically saying is, I'm going to buy it until it's gone. Most people don't really buy with like the, you know what I'm saying? Like with the thought process, like it could be gone. Like this is, you know how they be having those specials, you know, like they'd be like, oh yeah, you know, we got this type of Happy Meal and it's only available for a limited time. Yeah, like Bitcoin is only available for a limited time. You know what I'm saying? It's only available for a limited time. And then once it's not available anymore, once it's all gone, sold and held, that's when you're talking about those billion-dollar prices. That's when you're talking about that might go beyond the God candle. I don't know what you would even call that, but whatever it will be, I don't know, maybe they call it like a supernova candle or something. I don't know what it would be. But whatever it is, that's when you're going to see that insane green skyscraper candle, and there's no coming back from there. Anybody that holds any Bitcoin to be rich. Satoshi's going to $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Satoshi's going to $1 million. You know what I'm saying? I've said this before. I'm saying it again. Satoshi's going to $1 million. Soon the YouTube videos will be like, all you need is 1,000 Satoshis. And it'll be new cryptocurrencies. You know what I'm saying? It'll be new cryptocurrencies out there. And see the videos that'll be in the future about all you need is 1,000 Satoshis. These videos will be telling people how to locate Satoshis because everybody had a Bitcoin and nobody's selling it. How do you find Satoshis? You know what I'm saying? How do you find Satoshis? Well, the best way to find Satoshis is you got to find somebody that had Bitcoin. And if they getting staking on their Bitcoin, or if they getting any type of interest in their Bitcoin, maybe they'd be nice enough to sell you the interest. It'd be peer-to-peer DeFi. Ain't no exchange is going to be having Bitcoin. And if the exchanges do have Bitcoin, they're going to be holding onto their Bitcoin because they're going to have to, either pay the people that are on their exchanges for, the interest bearing of the Bitcoin, right? And they're going to have a little bit of Bitcoin to sell themselves. Yeah, shout out to Carlton. Carlton said BlackRock will be bidding to buy our 0.1 Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah, they'll be begging to buy the 0.1 Bitcoin. And don't sell it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bronze. Bronze said, I buy the dips, the highs, the lows. Whenever I got money, I buy. Facts. Facts. That's the Michael Saylor way. Because the thing is that at any moment, Bitcoin is different. If you understand Bitcoin, you can justify a purchase of Bitcoin at any state, right? Like at any state, you can justify a purchase of Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You can justify a purchase of Bitcoin at the high. You can justify a purchase of Bitcoin at the low. You can justify a purchase of Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying, because of scarcity. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, there's always more reasons to buy than there are to not buy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said, and what will the articles be saying then? So, and who once said Bitcoin is a scam is now a retired billionaire. Facts. Facts. Listen, I'm trying to, listen. I'm trying to tell y'all, it may not happen in our lifetime, and it might, but Satoshis are going to $1 million. Shout out to Carl. Carl said, I'm about to buy $5 of Bitcoin right now, bro. Listen, it'll be $10 this time next year. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's not $10 this time next year, you still got that much more Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying the best way to deal with Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, get to crypto.com, you know what I'm saying, and put it in a crypto urn so that you can't touch. You got to make it so that if you're somebody that's got sticky fingers, make it so that you can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, with Bitcoin, like I said, we've talked about this inverse relationship before, right? As you move forward in time, it takes less Bitcoin to buy an object. As you move forward in time, it takes more dollars to buy an object. Why you would hold your money in dollars is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? We've done the comparison with how many Bitcoin does it take to buy a house XYZ year, right? So, like I said, man, Satoshi's going to $1 million. Now let me ask y'all this question. If Satoshis go to $1 million, how much would that make Bitcoin worth? What is each Bitcoin is worth 100 million Satoshis? Is that what it is? Right? 100 million Satoshis is in a Bitcoin. It's about to be some number that we can't even calculate. So 100 million Satoshis, right? 100 million times 1 million. That's a crazy number right there. I think that's 100. I think that's 100. That's $100 trillion. That's $100 trillion per Bitcoin. If Satoshis go to $1 million each. What y'all think about that? Is it possible? Look at this. Watch this. Hold on. We're about to do this, then we're about to get back to this article. Shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed that like button yet, y'all know what to do. Take a moment, Smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. Also, please share the stream to your social media. All right, let's check this out real quick. Look at this. See this? We got the calculator up here. All right. Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. There's 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin, right? So 100 million. This is 100 million, right? Each of these worth $1 million. There you go, right there. That's how much money the Bitcoin would be worth. One Bitcoin, $100 trillion. When Satoshis go to 1 million. See, this right here. This is why they keep coming up with these little, oh, you should have 0.01 of a Bitcoin. You should have 0.1 of a Bitcoin. It's based on this. You know what I'm saying? It's based on this calculation. This is one of the reasons why they keep saying you need to have at least 1 million. People like make these comments. You need to have at least 1 million Satoshis, yada, yada, yada. Like this is where these things come from. You know what I'm saying? They make these calculations, and they make these calculations based on things that they find in the Bitcoin white paper. This is one of the reasons why everybody should read the Bitcoin white paper. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, anybody that deals with crypto, anybody that deals with Bitcoin, you should read the Bitcoin white paper. You know what I'm saying? If you're flying somewhere or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, read it while you're flying. Bitcoin has lacked upside momentum trading, which is every time I hear this is hilarious. Anytime anybody says something like this, it's just funny because like the short period of time that like the expectations of Bitcoin is wild. Anything else that went from like $40,000 to $100,000 over a period of a year, literally no one would talk about it in terms of lack of upside momentum. But like Bitcoin performs so well, you know what I'm saying, that Bitcoin has like inaccurate expectations. Shout out to Dwayne. What's good with it, bro? Like they say Bitcoin has lacked upside momentum. Like literally last year, Bitcoin was in the $70,000. You know what I'm saying? Like the standards for Bitcoin is crazy because of Bitcoin's performance. Like you can say crazy things about Bitcoin and it sticks. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin has lacked upside momentum, trading at under the $100,000 psychological mark for over 9 days. Like this is lacking upside, like 9 days. You know what I'm saying? See, Bitcoin holds $95,000 support despite heavy selling pressure. In the near term, Bitcoin will remain pressured by ongoing trade tensions between the U.S. and China, according to Vulgar Usi Zaid, chief operating officer at BitGet. While this headwind remains in the market, with President Trump eyeing more tariff hikes in the coming weeks, Bitcoin has traded with resilience, Zaid told Cointelegraph. With the U.S. retaining its stance as the largest capital market, geopolitical tensions may continue to witness headwinds for the coin, he added. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many people know what the M2 money supply is? If you guys have heard of the M2 money supply or you know what the M2 money supply is, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, give me a thumbs down. Now, why am I asking that? I'm asking that because it is. There's allegedly going to be an astronomically large inflow of M2 money supply into cryptocurrency in the second half of the year. This is what analysts have been saying. Now, shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane threw the thumbs down. So somebody find the definition of the M2 money supply and throw it in the chat. Trade tension and Federal Reserve policy weigh on Bitcoin. While positive news around Bitcoin reserve legislation is a welcome sign of continued institutional adoption, Bitcoin's trajectory is mainly driven by the U.S. Federal Reserve monetary policy path, according to Couchev. So we just read about what Couchev was saying, right? Crypto markets tend to price in expected developments. And while this hearing may add to Bitcoin's long-term adoption story, macro forces like Fed policy and regulatory shifts remain the real power players in shaping Bitcoin's trajectory. All right. Texas's push for a Bitcoin strategic reserve reflects a broader economic and political shift, he added. Other states, so again, look at this. Other states are also implementing similar legislation. How many people knew about Kentucky? Kentucky became the 16th state in the U.S. to introduce legislation aimed at establishing a Bitcoin reserve that will allocate up to 10% of excess state reserves into digital assets. Cointelegraph reported this on February the 6th. You guys know, I almost said September again. I almost said Febtember. We're going to have to change the name of February to Febtember if I keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to change the name. Now, you know, there was this article here that there's this article that Cointelegraph has, right? I'm going to show it to you guys. It's a long article, you know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of running out of time. And, you know what I'm saying, we got Undocumented tonight. So shout out to y'all. Hopefully, you know, if you subscribe to Undocumented and you're still up, you know what I'm saying, we'll be able to check out this we'll be able to check out this dude that got deported 100 times. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you managed to do that, but this cat did. He got deported 100 times. How do you get deported 100 times? You know what I'm saying? How do you do it? From the United States. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said, M2 is a measure of the money supply in the U.S. that includes cash, savings deposits, and money market funds. It's a broader definition than M1, which only includes cash and checkable deposits. Yeah, there it is. And shout out to Hurricane IQ for being a mod extraordinaire. I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen for being a fact check extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bron said, I will hop in there and be like, this live. That's the first thing. Bro, that shit, bro, that always takes me. Like, I'd be so confused. Like, I'd be so confused. Like, how do people not, like, I can't deal with it. Like, I can't deal with it. How do people not know that it's live? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Is this live? Like, y'all gotta be trolling. Like, man, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave me alone with that insanity. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they be coming with it though. So this is the M2 money supply, right? All the money that was listed here in this source, M2, tons of this is supposed to go into the crypto market. Tons of this is supposed to go into the crypto market. All right. Now look at SuiSwap up there. SuiSwap is $3.20. Honestly, like, I think that might be I think SuiSwap might be a sleeper. I think SuiSwap might mess around and do better than Ripple and kind of fall under the radar. I'm just saying, this is just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Based on patterns and market, you know, movement, right? But these crypto bills are stacking up across the United States, from Bitcoin reserves to task forces. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we might check that out in another stream. Right? We might check that out in another stream. Or either I'm gonna do a video about it. It's probably be a video longer than the usual videos though, because it's a lot there. You know what I'm saying? So here goes something else, right? Check this out. Yeah, they said, and shout out to Hurricane. They said this dude got deported like 100 times, which, like, I mean, you just like, how? Like, what's wrong with both of y'all, man? Like, what's wrong with the United States and what's wrong with your ass? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did they not let some? how you let somebody come in that many times, and then how they get deported that many times. Like, now, the state of Wisconsin pension fund doubles Bitcoin exposure with $321 million disclosure. All right. Pretty impressive, right? Pretty impressive. So again, it's a lot going on domestically, right, with Bitcoin. Now, how many people have ever heard of this Avnir group? Let's take a look at what the Avnir group is doing, right? Look at this right here. And again, like I said, I'm gonna try to get this. I'm gonna try to get this together. I'm gonna try making more videos again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to start making more videos again. See, look at this. Avnir Group reports $599 million stake in BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. Now, that BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, that's the one that's called IBIT. So again, you guys see, like, what is my point in showing you all of this? What is my point in showing you all of this? My point in showing you guys all of this is to show you that in the real world, people are buying Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Look at what Michael said. Now, look, see the calculation that we just did where we got that $100 trillion, right? Michael Saylor says that Bitcoin will not be affordable. Now, when he says Bitcoin will not, I wonder if he's talking about for himself, right? Because if he's talking about Bitcoin will not be affordable for himself, that's crazy. That if Michael Saylor is saying Bitcoin will be unaffordable, right? And he's talking about for himself, we're talking about that $100 trillion price, right? You know what I'm saying? So he's saying that it's going to go to $5 million. Now, I don't know what the time frame is for this $5 million, but this is what he's saying. So, and this got a little video in it, so we're, like I said, either we'll do this in we'll get to this in another video. Look at this. See this? Michael Saylor predicts MicroStrategy's market cap could hit 10 trillion if Bitcoin reaches 13 million. Now, we know that Bitcoin is going to reach 13 million. We just don't know when. Bitcoin is going up forever. It's going to reach it's going to reach everything. We just don't know when. Shout out to Carl. Carl just said, I'm sure he's talking about Oh man. He's sitting up there saying Bitcoin is gonna be, there's a whole class of people in the United States that Bitcoin at $5 million prices is gonna be completely unaffordable for these people at these high prices. I'm gonna be buying Bitcoin, when it hits $1 billion. But there's gonna be a whole lot of people that just can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? That's what Michael's. That's what Michael Saylor said. You know what I'm saying? Oh man! Shout out to Hurricane. Hurricane said Bitcoin is a wealth tool, but the anti-wealth crowd are conning the majority out of it. Oh well, more for us. Facts. I agree. Yeah. And it's it's a shame. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame. Now, you know, again, the fact that, you know, Michael Saylor was able to do what he did with Bitcoin to his company, right? To MicroStrategies, to me, right? To me, is evidence. This fool got a designer Bitcoin shirt. I'm not mad at it. Is evidence that, you know, Bitcoin could have been used to significantly, you know, do something with the racial wealth gap, whether slow it down, possibly reverse course. But, you know, right? Now we're gonna do another stream, right? We're gonna do these streams. We're gonna take care of this Bitcoin information. And then we got to do some streams where we talk about Ripple, right? Because there's an article that talks about 883% price surge in Ripple, right? That would land the XRP price at $24 a token, right? So we got to talk about that. Then there's another article that goes into the justification of making sure that you have at the very least 1,000 XRP. Now, you know, it's funny, right? They coming out with articles talking about have 1,000 XRP. Man, how long we been saying have 1,000 XRP? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long have we been saying, yo, we need to get 1,000 XRP? We've been saying it for a while. You know what I'm saying? Now, see, this is coming from a hater. Biggest XRP hater predicts an 803% price surge to $24. I would say, you know, if you got 1,000, that's great. If you got 100, that's great, right? But I would say if you can, you know, increase your goal to 10,000. Increase your goal to 10,000 XRP. 10,000 XRP right now would be what? $27,000, something like that. If you set your goal high and you don't reach your goal, at least you got to, you know, where your goal is, right? At least you probably outperformed what you would have done at a lower goal, right? So see, yeah, here goes this article right here talking about why you need to have at least 10,000 XRP. So we're gonna get into all of this. And again, like I said, you know, some of this might be streams. And some of this might be videos. Hold on. What? Oh, okay, there we go. What to say? So the computer going slow right now, but it's all, the article should pop up any minute now. Whenever it wants to pop up. Come on, did we pop? Can y'all see the article? Let me know if y'all can see it. See, one of the reasons why this stuff be doing this is because of these doggone because of all these doggone these articles, man, or from these advertisements, man. Messing up the computer. Now StreamYards ain't showing up, which is crazy. Can you guys, if you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you guys can't, give me a thumbs down. Hold on real quick. I'm I might have to do this real quick. This is crazy, man. The fuck? Reload the damn. That I don't know what was going on with that, man. I don't know what was going on with that shit. Let me try this one more time. Hold on real quick. Here's why you need to hold at least 1,000 XRP. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what just went on for real, to be honest. Like that was kind of wild. But see, here goes why you need to hold at least 1,000 XRP. So, you know, if you are at 1,000 XRP, shout out to you. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm nowhere near 1,000 XRP. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be stacking little bits at a time, you know what I'm saying? But if you are at 1,000 XRP, man, get more. Get more. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go into this whole XRP thing. We're going to finish up the Bitcoin stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're going to finish up the Bitcoin stuff. And then we're going to keep doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep doing our thing. So, yeah, man. Hopefully I'll see all y'all, you know, for the undocumented. If you, you know, if you don't leave after the outro music, it'll take you right into the premiere window. So make sure you hit the like button over there. Make sure you sub if you're not subbed. Make sure you share. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the stream sponsors, man. I definitely want to show the stream sponsors some love. Man, y'all killed it as usual, man. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate you so much. As y'all know, without y'all, there is no me. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. Shout out to my man Kirk. Make sure y'all show my man Kirk some love. Shout out. Hold on real quick. What just happened? Hold on real quick. Okay, there we go. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen again. Make sure y'all show her some love. Again! Shout out to my man Hurricane IQ. Shout out to my man Detroit 313. Shout out to my man DSB. Shout out to my man DSB again. Again! Shout out to my man Detroit 313 again. Again! Shout out to my man Kirk again. Again! Shout out to my man DSB. DSB dropping the Bitcoins. Again. Again! Shout out to my man Hurricane. Again. Again! Shout out to my man Carlton. Carlton getting that refund with Crow and Knife. Shout out to my man Lloyd Sky 9. And shout out to my man Kirk again. Again! All right, man. Hopefully I will see you all on Undocumented. If not, I will see you all next live stream. Make sure you guys subscribe to the backup channels. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Look at that. Shout out to my man Win Lose a Rug. Resident AI Czar. Resident Chart Czar. Shout out to my man Win Lose a Rug. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all show Win Lose a Rug some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man Win Lose a Rug for funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
run. Yeah, hey, okay, I'm fresh up out the package. Time I deal, I pay my dues affiliated to this paper. I need freedom for my family line. Draw my life design up like fine art. I'm jumping off just an unfamiliar coordinate. Topped off the porch like I could touch the sky. Red, it's not one trillion. The ism talk the water out your faucet. Look at me flossing. I'm so wavy, I could change the tide. My intuition sense the hatred in your ways. You imitated forging lines, claim meaning means that's just to justify. Yeah, you're right. West side, born maritime. Creole baby, my bloodline. My lungs clouded, my thoughts crowded. Say all I see is these dollar signs. Finna make a play and that sound delay. On mamas, I testify. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Game recognized game. I'm from the Bay, okay, I'm versatile and my slang was different. I'm lane switching with the same people that I came up in this thing with. My head swivel, I'm homebound. Got a target back on my backside. The cat peeling with the cast iron. Better run for it, run before I catch you. Niggas out ball and block it, trying to stop my blessing. Gamble with your life, don't bet it, don't bet it. They can't stop my blessing. You do best not to test it. Yeah, you right. Real all in my blood supply. Nigga, ball up top, finna make a play. I cast a lob like I'm Jalen, baby. No co-signer, no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. If I say it twice, then I meant it right.
My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. You know, co-signer, no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign.
Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds.